forest.
Where we last left off, if you guys all want to pull up the map of the Rindwall estate again. Pull up. As we last left off, you guys killed members of the faith brutally and then spoke to the dead bodies. Upon which...
We're in the forest, aren't we?
Yes, you guys are in the forest.
Want to break from the ad?
I fucking hate you.
Every
He has said it every time I have to turn that piece of shit on.
time.
I want to break from the ads.
Want to break from the ad?
That's so funny though.
So, in the last session, you guys finalized your planning of and got both a fog and a light rain set up, thanks to Warden, and with a few other things set in place, including some large, busty maids, some would say. You guys were able to sit outside and wait for the father and two brothers of the Faith of the Three Seas to step outside of the gate of the Faith and get stun-locked by titties.
Did you say faith in the three C's?
The Faith of the Three Seas. That is what the church is called because it's of three different gods.
I thought it was because they were dummy thick with three C's.
No,
Nice.
but that is apropos. No, it is the Faith of the Three Seas. Claudium, Clavius, and Callum. Three children of Tyr. Regardless, they stepped out, got unlocked by Badongahonkalinks, and then proceeded to get utterly curb stomped for about 10 seconds. There was a fight somewhat given as a AoE spell around Father Bernard was cast, and it dealt a fair bit of damage to about everyone in the party, but except for Warden, because Warden wasn't there, trying to get on the wall for some reason.
I was following through with contingencies because we needed somebody.
This isn't the winter. Fuck. Damn it. I couldn't say it. I give up.
We're gonna go ahead and zip past that, whatever that was.
I know what it was. But it's okay.
So,
So we schmucked.
you guys snucked.
Combination of fucked and snuck in.
Yes. Y'all snuck in.
We snuckle fucks.
Warden, not being a part of the combat, not being seen, did cast Speak with Dead on Father Bernard and was able to get information. The Temple of Clavius is emptied. The three that you killed are the only three members of the faith that sleep inside of the estate. And you also found the pretty much base location of the bedroom of Paekar Rindwall. So, which is on the 6th floor on the northwest section of the mansion. And you guys are now...
And there's a little shrine.
And there is a little chapel right beside his bedroom. So, with that, as we left off, you guys were in the forest beside the Temple of Clavius. How would you guys like to proceed? The invisibility, I do believe, is gone now. It's not. Is it an hour or is it
It's
a
an
minute?
hour.
Okay, it's an hour. So most of you guys are still invisible, and I believe the plan was the rest of you guys to gulp up.
Yeah, Warden was the only one not invisible at the moment because he
Yes.
did the questioning of the body. And then I
Yeah.
think you drunk your bottle because you marked it off right after that.
Mm-hmm. So everyone should be invisible at this point. And
We have one more use of the silence.
you guys do have one more use of the silence.
So is this like a bridge? Or
So
a
that is
a
like
tunnel?
that is like a tunnel in a way. It's arches that are walled off. It's specifically because Paekar does visit the Temple of Clavius fairly often, and so if there's any weather or such, it guards him from rain for at least the majority of the journey to the temple, which is still only a couple hundred feet. Regardless, how would you guys like to proceed, my invisible gang that can only mostly telepathically communicate with itself?
I can telepathically talk to anyone, so.
You can telepathically talk to everyone.
So I believe the...
Don't know if you can.
Assuming they have some items that allow them to do that, I would not have those items.
Yeah, you do not.
But I believe the plan was that we were going to fly up to the like one tower of the estate that juts out on the back, and then see if we could get into one of the windows up there, because it does look like there are 2 windows.
One of the windows or up on the wall, whatever you guys would like. Just discuss
That's
a little bit.
The 6th floor is the
Yeah,
top floor.
because
The
Correct.
8th floor is the top floor.
8th floor.
He's on the 6th.
He is on the 6th. The 8th is the highest level of the facility.
So is that where the walkway is, or on the top of the wall?
So there are 2 sections that raise above. The wall is probably around the 4th or 5th level.
On
and
this
then-
side, looking at the map.
So around the whole facility, there is a walkway right on
This
the
one.
wall.
Yes, is this?
Yeah, that is around the 4th or 5th level, all the
This
way
one.
around. Then
Okay.
there is a
Oh,
there
well,
are
he's in
3
here
separate
somewhere.
there are 3 separate towers that
Got it.
raise slightly higher.
And we got.
And he's
and
in
we-
one of them.
He
The
is in
biggest
the
one?
northwest, the biggest one, the tallest
the
one.
big red.
The red top.
So the question is, did we want to go to the wall and go up 1 level, or do we want to go to the roof and go down 2 levels? Or do we want to split the party and have some enter there, some go to the top?
It'd not be a bad idea to block both ways as an exit.
Well,
But
I say
it
splitting the
makes-
party
Splitting
makes
is
no
very
sense.
complicated.
Let's not do it.
yes. The only, I was going to say, so splitting the party would be wrong.
It's been how long since our extraction of Topher? 16 hours?
It has been
Or 30 something?
at this point it's been about 30. Because you guys did it late or in the mid evening. You guys did it about 9 to 10 p.m. the previous evening. So at
Now
this
it's like 1 a.m.
and now it's like 1 a.m. So it's technically been multiple days. So you guys did it at 10 p.m. Well, actually, no, it's been 2 days because you did a day of traveling. So a day of travel,
That's right.
rest, wake up, plan, teleport, continue planning, go. So it's been more like 40 to 40.
50.
It's 45-ish. Because it hasn't been too...
Just
No, it has been just over 2 days.
So we're at
just
50 hours.
Right about 50, yeah. I apologize.
Hurdle that I'm lying that time.
So initially, Warden, when you did your long flight, did people walk around the inner wall that's between the towers? Where is there patrol up there?
What do you mean?
Yes, there are 2 people up on the upper wall that do
Yeah.
patrol.
The patrols. Yeah.
Okay, this is fogged as well.
Everything is foggy.
Everything's
The whole mile area is fogged.
and there's light rain and thunder.
Most chances are pretty darn good that if we go in, okay, there's 2 options. One, if we all go in through the 5th floor and go up, the chances of him getting away are less. If we go high, he can run down the stairs and we have to chase him. If he goes up, there's a chance he might not jump off. But he could have feather fall. He could have a lot of things. But, so there's that option.
I know
8th floor,
We had talked about
Yes.
possibly grappling up there.
yeah. Yeah, grappling or flying. The biggest issue is we have the 2 guards on there. We don't know exactly where they are. If we go up there, we got granted, line of sight is like 20 feet, right?
15 to 20 feet is about
15
the
to-
max that most people can see.
So we could
Maybe
just go to
30
the
if you're
wall,
very
go
precise.
up. Chances are pretty good that if we ran into him, we could smoke his ass. The question is, could he get off the alarm? If we go to the top, we have a couple options. One, it's the top of the tower. More than likely, it's either going to be like an office or rooms for servants or storage. So that first floor is pretty good, I would say, with us getting through, unless there's someone sleeping there. Worst case scenario, we have the silence. We can activate silence again. It would get multiple floors, and then we just start cutting throats, do whatever's necessary, work our way down.
question. Granted, I don't know how necessarily one-to-one accurate the map is compared to how I have it, but I can see on the big tower we need to infiltrate. Basically, right under the letter R, there appear to be three windows.
There are some windows, and they are on all four sides of the
Oh,
tower.
I was wondering what floor. Are
Those
they
would
on?
be on the, I'd say 7th or 8th. I would say 7th floor.
7th floor, 8th is above.
Yeah.
The walkway's 5, so the one without windows right above the walkway is the 6th. We could go through the 7th floor windows on our side. Just come up, take a look in.
Wait for some thunder.
Are there glass in them, or are they open?
They do have glass, and considering it's stormy and foggy, they would be closed.
I mean, honestly, guys, the easiest is one of two things: go through the top or go through the door by the wall. Wall would be easiest. Stealthy. How's our stealth? Like, my stealth is.
Team stealth is
God
gonna be
can't
good.
even see me.
Well,
Y'all
Okay.
have invisibility, so everyone does have advantage on stealth.
Yes.
Would
Question: how many people are patrolling that wall?
2.
well,
To each wall or to the whole wall?
There
No.
were 2 to the whole top of the estate itself, like the mansion. However, that was before it was foggy and there was lesser eyesight, so you guys don't really know for certain. You know that Warden saw 2.
double it. Assume 4.
Give it to the next person.
Double it, pass it to the
No
next
one
person.
said it?
So, what are y'all's doing? Nibs is not a Nibs is not a planner.
I think that
Gibbs
I think that if we went for going at the top, there would be less threat of people finding us while we're trying to get in. Because at least from my perspective, it's sort of, and granted this could just be a weird thing with how the map is set up, it almost looks like the outer wall sort of like bisects the building that we're trying to sneak into, and where it, like,
Does it go around or through?
yeah.
It does go through.
Okay.
Yeah, so if it goes through, and if we're climbing on the part where it goes, where there would be a wall there, they wouldn't be able to see us, and so it'd be that much easier to sneak up top.
Yeah, I mean, we can also fly up there and emit visible. So,
I was gonna say, all of
I
you
was
guys
gonna say, we are
have
invisible
do
right
flying
now, so-
potions.
It is true.
And some of you can just fly innately.
so we fly on top, go on top.
Yeah.
So very
Should we
top or
walk?
windows?
would
So
think
the
windows.
idea I think we discussed last week was I would unlatch my grapple. Someone's going to fly up there and hook it in place, so that way I don't have to fire it up there and make a lot of noise, and also possibly miss. That way, not everyone has to drink their flying potions or whatever,
Yeah.
and they can climb up my grapple, and then I will reel myself in. at
Don't
the
we
end.
have 2 flying potions?
You guys all should have a potion of flying.
Yes,
Well,
we
not.
should all, but
Yeah, well,
if you think
can
about it,
fly
like,
innately.
Lame.
we don't have to use it
Yeah.
right now because you can just climb up my grappling hook.
But we have 2 of them.
There's
And
a
if we're-
chance if we're climbing, he's gonna make us do an acrobatics or a strength or something, and we're probably gonna fail. Someone's going
There's
to
a chance
fail.
that someone will fail.
Someone is going to.
We
fail.
can fly in there. If fly runs out by the time we get to the
We have
guy,
an hour.
we
And
can
it's an
grab-
hour of flying. So
I would think
If
we'd
we
be able
don't
to
have enough
Yeah,
time,
we
in
can
and out.
probably do
Then
this
we
in an
can
hour. Let's go.
let's
Alright,
just
we're all
I know
good.
you want to use the grappling hook, but I think it's
I will say Logan is correct. If you guys are climbing, 100 feet up a grapple, there will be checks involved,
tell us
which
to see how it
does
tastes.
which
I
does
get
include
it.
risk.
I do get it, but I think in this case, this is too important for us to take any chances.
No,
So,
I understand.
I'm flying.
Flying,
we'll go
flying.
Nibs will look in through the window, come up, and see if he can see through or if they're shut.
Okay, I will go ahead and let you roll perception. There are blinds of a sort, but there is a crack, so we'll see what you do. I will have everyone go ahead and roll me a stealth check as we do this, though. You do have advantage.
Can I roll Arcana to see if I can discern any sort of wards on the windows?
Can you sit
Sure,
there?
go ahead.
Or are you guys sharing
Are we
that?
rolling?
Yeah, there's
Oh yes, they're sharing.
Okay.
That is a.
I mean, if you were
I was
to
gonna say,
yeah, if you wanted to
wanna
that
go
one
ahead
over there,
and
I
let's
can
do
just.
that one.
Yeah, I just.
I was gonna say,
forgot my
we
roll,
have plenty
so
of
I'm
dice
gonna-
trays here.
What are we rolling?
Stealth.
So at advantage. So that's
32 for stealth.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay, okay, hold on. We can cook with that.
What's your plus?
15.
Wait, are we rolling at advantage?
Yes.
So it just
Okay.
it's
27.
just a single roll for
14.
me, right? Because I have disadvantage.
This is not including any sound because you're floating.
Oh, cool.
Okay, definitely do.
Arcana is a
ready?
19.
That is much better.
For the stealth, yeah.
18.
18. Okay.
16.
Thank goodness we were rolling at advantage.
And perception.
I rolled
And
it.
perception?
Well, I'm
So
putting-
he's doing a perception and he's doing an arcana through the
19.
window as they fly up.
That's 24.
18.
Okay, so you guys were just under 20 as an average for your stealth, if my math is correct. And when you round it up, it is 20. So, as you all begin to float up soundlessly, Nibs and Mikhail kind of float a little bit closer to the windows, and peeking inside, the perception was
24.
24. So peeking inside, the 7th floor, this seems to go straight into like some kind of grand hallway in this 7th floor, which is kind of weird for a 7th floor. Generally, you wouldn't have such a large like opening area. However, peering like straight through and off to the side, there does seem to be some kind of entertainment piano room or something of the sort. You can't quite tell perfectly just with peeking inside because it's super dim inside, and you are trying to peer through a bit of the fog that's in between you and the glass. You don't notice anyone passing by.
Not well lit up.
It's not super well lit up
Okay.
there.
And you fly up to do you're flying up
And
next to
your
me. So I think
arcana.
very hard at you what I saw, since I know
think
you
hard
have.
at you.
I'm like,
Very hard.
I'm just waiting for him to tell me. And I'm like, so did you see anything? Like,
oh, I'm like, so you actually say it to me?
Yeah, he just
Like,
verbally
so
says it.
It's like,
I can tell that you're like straining, looking through it. I'm just like, so you see anything?
So what was that arcana?
19.
19. It does appear that there are some basic enchantments on these. They are not very strong. You could probably lockpick through them with your level of skill.
do we want?
Lockpick through enchantments.
Well, there's locks on them, and there's an enchantment on the lock to make it more difficult. But it's something you could probably bypass.
So there's no wards on.
There's no words of like
window
you're gonna
and
walk
wall
through this and
itself.
fucking die. No,
Okay.
So do you
Are there
want
any
to kick the
alarms?
lock instead of go all the way up?
there do not appear to be. No, with a 19.
I'm just gonna dig through my bag and pull out some paint and paint the window out of existence.
Okay.
Around the exterior of it.
Around the exterior. Okay.
Like holding on to the.
Okay, so you paint just clear all the way around. You grab through the clear and you wrap it around, and it goes through. And this wall is fairly thick, so you have to put a second coat on there going around. And the wall kind of comes off, and it's fairly heavy for you trying to fly. And so,
Well, I'm right there with you.
yeah, he's
so
right there, and he's got a higher strength. So he just kind of like
okay.
grabs it as it falls.
Athletics or?
I'm not gonna have you roll for this. It's only like 65 pounds, but Mikhail's not very strong.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. I'm right
It
there.
took me
so
a while, but I have a flat strength.
He
now.
got the flat strength. So, you grab it. What do you do with it?
I'm gonna just fly forward into the building and then set it down.
Okay, roll a dex save. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. So you kind of float in slowly and set it down. Do the rest of you guys follow through the window?
Yeah, follow suit.
So as you guys all set in, this like satin floor, like lavish floor, and the walls have this kind of like dim red / burgundy wallpaper that has murals on it of just what you guys would assume to be like probably the 3 C's, like the 3 gods and certain things that have happened in the history of the church. It is very lavish. This is obviously a very, very expensive place. And as you guys kind of creep forward, this, what would almost be considered like a grand hall. Like it's a solid 40 feet wide, probably somewhere around 30 feet tall.
Yep.
And this is on the 7th floor, and it's not like it's like magically bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Like, this is a massive mansion, regardless. But moving forward, the first crossroads you guys get to, there have been a couple doors on the side in which there appear to be like entertaining rooms, a couple spare bedrooms. There was actually a very large meeting room that you passed by. There was nothing on the table, it just seemed to be a blank slate, but there was that there. You eventually peer in. I'd like you guys to make a perception check real quick. Group, yeah.
Nat 20 for 25.
Nice.
Yeah.
That move. That's not cool.
Is it perception?
Perception.
I'm not rolling on you.
21.
21.
23.
I rolled a 12, but I have a plus 9.
I rolled a 15.
6.
6.
Six.
So,
Sorry for
Shit.
making that
Robin
one.
and Nari are making out in the back. Everyone else
Oh,
is actually.
not on that.
Hey, yo!
You got
Oh.
distracted looking at the side.
Your characters are equally angsty. I'm gonna be
It's
honest.
more like I'm looking at the window and just like, okay, so how?
Alright.
Yeah.
He's
So-
memorized by the fact that he lifted 65 pounds of wall.
65 pounds of wall.
Wall.
Of
And-
mostly window.
and
It's
just-
mostly just glass.
And then flew
Literally
in.
just
and
like
said-
He doesn't notice that though. He's back by perception.
Because well, you're also invisible.
Yeah, everyone is invisible. So,
Boom. Bang.
yeah. I'm assuming most of you guys are trying to keep a little bit of space as best you can.
Can we
Just-
see each other?
No.
I forgot about that bit. Nari definitely ran into somebody at some point.
That's
I was
why
like,
you,
No,
you're like,
That's what happened right there.
You're
We
like,
didn't
oh,
perceive
sorry,
that right,
oops,
'cause we
Yeah,
ran
you
into
guys
somebody.
went boop. Oh shit. Whoa.
Get the
This
fuck
is
in
a-
your own
this is a little
space.
bit hard to see while everybody's invisible.
It is, and it's also pretty dim. There's only like torches or lanterns coming from above every 40, 50 feet. But
Wait,
60.
so could our perception be that we perceive each other? I mean, we would have still failed.
I mean, technically, I think we'd want to roll stealth against each other in that case.
Well,
just-
regardless.
Stealth or like...
what do we see?
Well,
I
what
was
you
gonna say,
guys what you guys see, you come up to this crossroad, and continuing forward seems to get to the other end of the tower, probably another 100 feet down. To your left, peering in, it seems to go into like a large, almost ceremonial room, not like a chapel, but there seems to be like a large stone like basin in the room that seems to almost like settle down into a pool with huge pillars around it. It seems very intricate and such, more like a place of rituals rather than of worship. And to the right, down the ways, you guys see the passage narrows with a couple rooms to the side before going into a spiral staircase.
Could I insight that room?
Sure, go ahead.
Well, that's only an 18.
Only an 18.
I have a plus 10.
So you know that the Church of the Three Seas, while completely centered around these three gods, they aren't necessarily opposed, these gods especially, aren't opposed to working with some darker entities to fulfill their wills or the wishes of their people. And so in that, there have been times, especially you working with the Azure Sky libraries, where you guys knew about... Yeah, Holly's tried to call me twice, but I'm in a session. And... Now, it's not necessarily blood magic, but there are some strange rituals that you've heard of being performed with the Three Seas. To where-
Exactly. She says it's worship.
Okay, I apologize. I'm going to have to take this.
Sacrifice some
Hello?
virgins
What's
a
up?
year.
Well, I'm just thinking about our 1 shot, or 1.5 shot that turned into 2 shots.
That turned into 2 shots. 6.
Where we, all the weird demon creatures and the undead. Yeah, they do some weird stuff.
You say they sacrifice virgins. You worry about being killed.
Which form?
Fair enough. Suppose you can change it around.
Because, you can't see it right now, but I'm shaking my tits at you.
Perhaps
This
it's
form's
in
still a
that
virgin.
form.
This form.
Also, I highly doubt that considering where you got them from.
The form's original owner is probably not a virgin, though.
I suppose that sort of biological calculation does make sense.
Is there a fucking carrot in here? Oh, it's orange.
Like, I'll accept an orange, but
Well, a carrot's not a fruit. It can't be a fruit snack if it's a carrot.
It's a carrot snack.
Otherwise, that branding.
Where's there a fucking tomato in my fruit snacks?
I wonder how many complaints they've gotten of people who like misidentified and thought they were vegetables and been like, that's kind of stupid. I don't know. I'm just thinking about it.
yeah. Emergency.
A lot of people got that wrong in, what is that, natural history? Natural history?
Carrots are a fruit.
Yeah, whatever class we went over that in. It's not biology. Is it biology? No, we learned that in. It was too long ago.
You could learn that about me. What's wrong with it, Bar?
Nothing's wrong with it. They just don't know how to turn it on. Effectively, sometimes the steering wheel gets locked, and they
No,
just
wiggle.
well, it's locked. There is no wiggle.
Oh.
So it's just pulling it the right direction and twisting the key in the right way, and they just can't do it. They just don't know how.
I had
Am
Is
I
mom with
right?
Holly?
Yeah,
Or
it's
is it
just Mom and Holly. Dad's gone,
Of
which
course.
is why
They-
they're trying to take my vehicle. I'm gonna have to drive by there after D&D.
Well, I mean, going that direction.
Yeah, but
If
I'm
they're
not
at home.
necessarily certain that you guys can figure it out either.
because it's funky.
Because it's
That's
funky.
fair.
It's my car.
Oh, that makes more sense. My bad.
And they want to
Fuck
take
you.
I mean, you guys are welcome to try. on
I'm
your
just
way
saying
home.
it could save you a trip.
Yeah, if you guys can stop there and try it, I mean, I'm sure Thomas has more experience. It's much worse with trucks than it
I've
is
also
with
had
cars.
janky cars. Excuse me.
Yeah, but it's much worse with trucks. Trucks
They're
do
not-
it more often.
Oh, are they trying to get the truck?
No.
Then what the fuck is this?
Okay.
Did everybody just hear this?
Your tricks
What
in
I'm
the parking
saying
lot.
is, Claire, this issue is more prominent in trucks, which he has driven more of, so he has more experience with it.
Silly rabbit tricks are for kids.
Silly rabbit, tricks are for men, not for women. Shut up.
He's a man. He's a lot more used to having to wiggle it.
Exactly.
Did you
Okay.
heal the group?
Room?
Or did
Did
you
you
just
feel the groove?
last session? 'cause-
Helicopter.
Or
I
He
Or did you
healed
do
the
a
people
single-
who were lowest.
I did a single heal spell,
on one person?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was almost dead.
Because I'm at 89.
and now
So-
he's not almost.
I got heal potions.
Is there anything you
I
guys
can
discussed
back
that you have questions for me after that short
Okay,
conundrum?
so
What
the
is
insight, we know it's a bad bathtub.
You know it's probably a bad bathtub.
like naughty bad or like?
Bad.
Probably both, honestly.
I'm
Knowing
going
the
to
church of the three
take
snow
one of my
puns.
jars
Okay.
and fill up a vial.
I was gonna say, as long as it's
There is
not
no
both
water
at the
in
same time.
Damn it.
Oh, it's just like an empty pool.
It is an empty stone basin.
Oh, I thought
Okay.
you said there was like a pool around too.
Well, that's for like a hot
It's just an
tub.
empty pool.
It's
Yeah.
empty.
It's just an empty pool.
Oh, so
They
there's
have to-
no liquid anywhere in the basin or the pool.
No.
Well,
And
no.
you guys haven't gone in the room
Not
yet
yet.
and done investigation. Like, you guys are just perceiving down
And
the
I
hall.
don't think
It's
we
about
need
okay.
to.
20,
We
30
have-
feet down.
We got it,
Is it in the direction we think we need to go?
No.
The
Oh.
opposite direction is towards the stairwell.
Let's go to the stairwell while invisible.
Which, speaking
No.
of, we are probably somewhere around 6 or 7 minutes into being invisible.
Okay.
I'm just keeping track of that because y'all are only invisible for an hour. Well, most of you. Some of you will become invisible much later, like 4 or 5 minutes.
But do we all have only one though?
No.
We have two.
I was gonna say.
You guys
if
have
we're in
more.
That's too far.
I know, but if it
Yeah, I got
lines up
just right.
poorly for you guys, then there is
Okay.
definitely a chance.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things we could do in this, but there's no one in the room.
Not from this. The room does expand from the doorway, but you cannot see the whole room.
All right. Nibs is gonna head towards the staircase.
Okay.
I can't
go
see.
So
ahead.
does the room have windows?
You do not see any windows from this direction.
Well, I can't see windows, but can I see light pouring in?
It's
And
dark.
it's-
It is dark
It
and
is
foggy.
dark and foggy outside. There would be no light
Okay,
coming
that's
from the
fine.
windows.
Anyway, downstairs where the guy we need to capture is.
Yes. So, as
Do
you
the rest
guys,
of us go to the stairs?
I'm assuming the rest of you guys go, or at least slowly
Yeah.
follow.
I can't see him, but I'm following him.
So, this group of 4 all can speak to each other telepathically.
And he can talk to anyone.
And he
else.
can talk to anybody
So
else
he needs to
telepathically.
stay with the people who
So,
cannot.
I am under the assumption that as things are continuing, Mike is trying to give directions. Now, the spiral staircase is not very wide. You can maybe go 1 or 2 wide, probably 2 if you wanted to be close and hugging each other, but probably single file. So who is leading this?
We don't know. Isn't that?
Mike can organize.
I'm going to tell Mr. Warden here to get his ass in front, and then
Okay.
tell everyone to put a hand on the shoulder.
I take second.
Okay. Hold on, quick
I'll
question.
take third,
How
I guess.
like tall is the spiral staircase? Could we like have some person flying over the shoulders of other people?
It
That
is
just
not
gets
that
so
tall.
complicated.
It is not tall.
That's fair.
It's just single file. I place a hand down.
Okay, so we've got Gordon, Atan, Nari. We'll go you next, and then Mike Nibs.
Nibs will be last.
Nibs will be last.
Okay. I
Okay.
can conga line this shit. Let's
Yeah.
go.
So you guys go down, and you know when you guys think of a story, you generally think of like 10 to 12 feet. You guys go around 3 times before the next opening occurs, upon which entering out, you remember the tower is fucking ginormous. Like this is a 150, 200 foot tall tower. The floors are 20 feet minimum.
Why are the
For
floors
first- Because they want.
They're compensating.
They're compensating.
True.
And they like to summon
That's the
demons
third
that are
Com-
big ones.
compensating with 3 C's. Where are the other 2 C's?
CCs of adrenaline.
60s.
CC's of adrenaline.
60.
is great.
Inject 2 cc's of compensation.
Compensate into that and move. Okay, so who's first? Rocks fall, we all die.
So Roxfall Warden dies. So Warden, as you step out, you're first out. So I'm gonna have you roll a perception check. 17.
I love having a high perception bonus.
And then rolling shit.
Yes.
So as you guys peer down, Warden, peering out, this is actually fairly well lit. And as you look down, you see that there are 2 or 3 what appear to be servants passing across your view from left to right, from right to left, sorry. And the 3 of them, they appear to be maids of some sort, late night cleaning. They're kind of giggling to each other. You can't quite hear what they're talking about. They're about 20 or so feet away. As they kind of pass by, you denote that they are probably going towards either serving quarters or something of that sort, because it is late at this point. You would expect most cleaning things to have been done by now. So you would expect, if they're going to the left, just general insight, they're probably cleaning the important things, which would be to the right.
Okay.
So I would have all of you guys roll me another stealth check real quick, as you're on a populated level of the facility now.
Good thing it's advantage.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Which Warden you are no longer advantage, because you are now on feet.
Understood. I rolled a 17.
Oh, you've got a fucking
What are we rolling? I don't
So,
remember. Sorry.
Oh, you dirty bitch.
Actual 20
What'd you
plus 2.
It was
22.
cocked next to a 20, but it rolled to the 8. The other one's a 13, though, so I got a 28.
Damn it. I
Okay.
told you.
Oh, you poor thing.
16.
And Nips.
8.
8. Okay.
Nibs, you're fucking up.
Almost
little
had a
bit
nat 20,
lower.
35, so.
A flat 18 for the group.
I'm in
So,
the back.
he is.
22 was Pog.
So are you guys continuing doing the whole shoulder thing?
Well, until you get off the stairs, but I don't think so after that.
I mean, we're not off the stairs yet, though.
Yeah, so as you guys step off the stairs into the facility and the 6th floor, are you guys wanting to separate out again and risk being different movements? Because some of you do move faster than others.
I'd say we just keep
Staying
I'm gonna say Congo.
kick
Staying
the
in the
conga
conga
line
line?
until we
Keep
don't
the
need it.
Congo.
Okay, so I'm going to roll a couple perception checks,
Well, Bobby.
as there are some ears and eyes around this floor still.
As long as there's not hairs and fingernails and
And
shit.
you guys are lucky. Because that was a 1, a 3, and a 4 out of my 3 d20s.
They burned his head.
Damn.
So that is a good looking start for y'all. So stepping out and peering around the right ward as you're like, peer to the left, peer to the right, back to the left. That looks more basic. This looks more beautiful. We're gonna go this way.
Yeah, can I recall somewhat of what the priest told me?
Of what? You know, in cardinal directions, this is all in the northwest tower.
Oh, okay.
So he's on the 6th floor in this tower. Now this tower is not, it's big, but it's not ginormous. It's not going to take you an hour to go through this place.
Understood.
So as you continue on, I would like you guys all to go ahead and either you can choose to pick a couple people to roll perception checks or investigation checks, or you guys can all roll. The less people that roll, the lower the DC will be. The DC is starting fairly high.
I guess since
With all
Ned's
of
is
you.
in the back, he should keep his eyes open.
Okay.
I was gonna say, who has the best
And
bonus
who's in and whoever's in the front.
Warden's in
I
the
do
front.
either of those.
I was just gonna say the person in the front, person in the back.
It would behoove you to do at least one of each.
I will do investigation.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your investigation?
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
Well, my perception's plus 5 though.
Yeah.
What's your guys'
Mine's
perception?
plus-
However, they're
This is
I have
plus 9. What's yours?
I can't roll below
6.
22 on
I'm
perception.
but it's whatever you guys want. I just thought
What's your investigation?
logistically.
What's your investigation?
Plus 1.
What's your guys' investigation?
I have
Zero.
plus 6.
To investigation?
Oh,
intimidation is what you're looking at.
I was
Yeah.
like, whoa!
Sorry, I thought you said perception. That's
Well,
a 0.
either or.
Oh, perception 6.
You're
I'm
the best
amazing
at
at perception.
So
I'm not
let me
good
do
at
the
investigation.
investigation.
Okay,
Okay,
we're
so
doing
Nari with
investigation.
the largest bonus of plus 3 in
3.
investigation.
That's an
And then
intelligence.
I'll say
I went insight all the way.
so perception and perception, or are
think
you
it
wanting
was,
Mike to roll? Because Mike does have a better.
I don't have to look. I can be in the back. That's fine. I was
I'm
just,
with you in the back, so
Yeah.
You-
I don't know what you're.
It's plus 5. You go.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
going to assume we
Okay.
can't like
So you three
help
investigation,
on.
perception, perception.
I'm going to assume we can't like help
They're
out. and provide
invisible.
advantage.
Oh, fuck
You are
yes!
invisible. There's no real helping.
Nat
with perception.
20.
I rolled a nat
Nat 20.
Here, look
Let's
there. You
go.
can't see the hand.
I figured that'd be the
I
case.
can't roll
I
on
just
you,
had
Do you
to
James.
see
ask.
the
That
head? Do you
shit
see
every
that? You
time.
can't.
Nice.
You can't see my hand. You don't know where I'm putting.
But I figured
was
that's
that?
the case. I just had to ask.
What'd you get?
We both got nat 20s, so
They both got
perception.
nat
I
20s.
Yeah.
definitely didn't get a nat 20,
So 22.
so I got 22.
Okay.
You.
So
You
So
automatically-
that's
22 to
28.
29.
29. Okay.
You got
23.
23.
investigation.
Okay, so starting with the perceptions. So, you guys both peering around Warden. The hallways get a little bit more narrow, as this does appear to be more of like a bedroom section of the facility. So, it kind of gets a little bit tighter, and you peek around each side, and you lead people down to the right to start, and then you take a left. And continuing straight, this looks to be getting more grand as you go. So you would think that you've guessed right. And Nari, as you're kind of peering through, investigating these as you pass by, you calmly like try one of the locks as you pass by, just to like see if it's locked or anything. And it does seem to be locked, but there seems to be no like magical defenses or anything on it. And so as you guys continue on, Nari, you eventually, as you're passing by a door, all of these seem the same. Once you get closer to the end of this,
As in
like
the doors, all see the
like
same.
all of the doors seem similar. And Mike, you would get this off of your 22. Being a little bit more into illusory magic, some of these doors do seem to be illusions as you're passing through. Like some of them seem to be copies to throw people off. And you're able to pick out a couple of them and just note to the group, that door's no good. First door on the right, no good. Second door on the left, no good. Don't touch them. And Nari, as you guys continue to pass, you set your hand on the side of the wall past one that he said don't touch. And as you're sliding, you feel a slight crease as you go by.
As go
Almost
by the
like-
invisible, the fake door.
No, past the fake door along the wall. So along the wall, you almost feel like there's a little divot, and you kind of call a halt. And as you do that, and as you kind of touch the wall lights up slightly, very dimly, in a symbol of the Temple of the Three Seas.
Okay.
you would guess that this is probably the chapel that they spoke of.
Oh boy. Okay, get ready.
Arcana?
You're welcome. Someone's welcome to roll an Arcana there if you guys want.
You're
You guys
closer
were
to her.
told that a room right next to the temple
Try a zero.
was his bedroom. One of them is an illusion, so that narrows it down to
I was
the
just-
next door on the right. Is what you would assume to be.
So we know where his bedroom is at least.
That's
Wait,
that,
we think we know.
you guys can well presume which bedroom is his.
Does someone closer to Nari want to do Arcana on the chapel?
Gonna say
I
I only
could.
have a +3. You're not closer to 9. Well, I
Well,
guess you're halfway.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So you guys can back up a little bit if that would be preferred.
Okay.
Because we don't know if he's doing
Oh.
the chapel.
Plus
That's still.
22.
22. So with a 22, what exactly are you trying to glean from this Arcana roll?
I don't know. I was told to roll Arcana.
Okay, we want to
Wait.
know the chapel. We found the chapel, but we need to know if we can how to get into the chapel because it's hidden. Is it an illusion? What kind of magic? What that's we need
Okay.
to
Yeah,
know
also
about that.
particularly, is there anything up with the sigil
No, that was
itself?
12.
Yeah.
Or is it just
So in
light
particular,
show?
I was like,
it does seem to be that this is like a private sanctum that honestly, likely, only Paekar really enters often. Father Bernard knows about it because he's the head of this particular parish church.
He's the
whatever
head
I
of
it
guess
was.
am I checking for magical defenses and
Um,
things like that, or
So, peering in up to the wall, I'm at 22. So there seems to be no like major magical defenses. There does seem to be some kind of either passphrase or magical incantation that would be done to get into this room. Other than that,
the sanctuary, right?
yes,
Not
this is the chapel
Chapel.
side is room. So there doesn't really seem to be any way to open the door naturally, other than just fucking Kool-Aid Manning, which would be very, very loud. But as you
No.
kind of put it in, you could probably cast a fairly high level
I was ready.
spell, and this like barrier, it's not an illusion because it is physically almost seamless with the wall. But you could probably cast some high level spell, and the door would no longer have its magical defenses.
with a 22, would I be able to discern what would be a safe bet for high level?
I would say no.
So are we
Not with a
assuming he's
22.
in the chapel and not his room?
We don't know.
Well, if
That's
there's
what I
a
was
light,
saying.
Well,
We
the
would
light
check
was
the
just like
It
The light
is a
was just
flat
like a
wall.
sigil
The
on the
light
door.
was just the door recognizing someone was there.
Basically, she
Oh, there you
touched
go.
this wall, and a small, faint symbol appeared in that wall because that's actually a doorway right there. But it looks
Well,
like
at
a
the
wall.
very least, we should
Uh,
try and check you guys
I was gonna say we should check both.
Yeah, we
hopefully.
should
If
do
they're right next to each other, it's not
Are we,
gonna.
wait,
It's
are,
not like
we,
we're gonna
are we
be
doing the
splitting.
split up?
His room's
No,
right next
we're
to
all
the
right. We're all
Yes.
in the hallway. We just need to check Arcanas for the doors.
Yeah.
Can we check Arcana for his door to see if there's any
See if
protections
it's-
on it?
Well,
Yeah.
Warden is up at the front, so going up to
Warden.
the next door on the right, go ahead and roll another Arcana check.
Across the
That is
hall
a
from the
21.
chapel.
The
Could you
21.
check that wall for Arcana to see if there's a door, a hidden door there?
I have a +0 to Arcana.
Okay. Yeah, you're a charisma dude, aren't you?
Yeah. Hi, Kobe's fine. So with a 21, on the primary door, there does seem to be some magical defenses to this door.
Shit, I gotta do the both.
As you kind of come up to the door, it seems to be like solid oak, but as you kind of feel it, you can definitely tell there are like some metal reinforcements on the other side. Like you as a blacksmith and as a person who works the forge, this door is definitely like heavily fortified. It would take either some incredible feats of strength to push it open, and or a high level dispel plus some
Bring us a
lockpicking.
bomb.
Are we ready for the hill giant strength potion?
Yes.
Could you
I-
go to? Go ahead. Go ahead and ask.
I was just gonna say I have lockpick, so I could try that on the door.
So does he.
Excuse me. So
I was gonna say, do you want to just step to the side of the door, paint an area that's not that is not spelled?
I mean,
Does the spell appear to be local to the door?
It appears to be local to the door, plus the supports that go into the wall beside it also are there, but, probably 6 feet down the side. There does not seem to be any.
6 feet. Oh.
well, keep in mind one thing about that is we can't really hide cutting a hole in the wall. So if anybody walks by and sees that, like the maids who were here earlier,
I could
they're
pull
gonna
the
see
wall
that.
back.
You could, but then we'd also.
There
need
is a
to,
very,
like,
very,
depaint
very
it
intricate
whenever we
design
leave.
on the wall. So it would take time to repaint that wall.
Yeah.
It would take a lot of time because you would have to paint the little
I mean,
characters.
if
Well,
we're,
if we-
gonna say, if
we
we're
just need to
fine,
know-
just
The magical
breaking in
defenses
and
on
having
that
people
door
see that.
seem higher than the other one, correct?
They do seem a little bit higher than the chapel.
Okay, I am going to 5th level dispel magic on the bedroom.
On the bedroom? Okay, so as you're sitting here and you attempt to cast a 5th level Dispel Magic, I am going to have you roll an Arcana check to see how well you can hide the Arcana from any defenses.
Well, I can hide the Arcana?
You would guess there is some sort of centralized defense system.
Okay. 19.
19? Okay. As you attempt to dispel, you almost feel shunted back by the power of this room. But you do not feel the magic of the door try and reach out somewhere to try and warn something.
Okay.
I was worried for a second.
So,
It doesn't even perceive you as something to worry about, Warden. That's a
Paint the
problem.
wall, paint the wall, paint the wall.
Oh,
Nibs
wait.
is going to walk a little
Yeah.
ways farther. Is there another room past this?
There is one room past that, yeah.
Alright, Nibs is going to go check that door.
wait,
Okay. Go ahead and roll me either perception or investigation as you
Alright.
come to that door.
was I
Not
supposed to add
okay.
the spell level to
Like
that?
he's going to do Arcana to make sure it's not spelled.
So it wasn't
Okay,
for
yeah, you
the
can do
thing
that.
itself, it was for essentially
That
hiding it from
is,
anybody
what,
trying to detect
14?
it. At least as far as
14?
I understand.
It seems to be a normal door.
Okay, so then you said perception or...
Investigation.
Alright. Perception. That's 20.
20? Okay. Peering at it, it doesn't seem to be magically intuned until the doorknob isn't there for a quarter of a second, and then you blink and it's back.
I think we should paint. Because if someone walks by, sure, all we need is to get the guy and get the fuck out.
Can we guess whether or not there are windows in these rooms based on what we saw
There are
from
no
the outside
windows.
Yeah,
of
there
the
were no
room?
windows on
floor.
6th floor.
Oh, this is the floor. You're right. Bobby.
Okay.
I love it when y'all
Did-
respond for me, it's great.
One
Did
idea.
Warden actually dispel it?
No.
Say idea.
Or-
If we
so-
don't want to go through the wall, we could try going through the roof. We could figure out where this
Well,
room
actually,
would be.
Warden, I'm
It's a
supposed to
nice
let you
job.
roll. I'm supposed to let you roll when you're under-leveled. So I will go ahead and let you roll.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like,
I'm not going to be a
the,
total
the Arcana check was for
The hiding.
the hiding the
Roll it,
magic.
roll it.
So this is going to be
Um,
purely plus your wisdom. You are welcome to go through the tower
Yes.
if you wish.
Plus.
Oh, will it fit?
If that
not
die will
one.
fit.
Tower,
it was
tower,
there.
tower.
I wonder if this one will fit
Tower.
nicely.
Maybe point it some other direction.
400
Yeah,
kilogram
although-
bomb.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
Yeah.
the tower. Out to the
Very
open
cool.
rather
Yeah.
than right towards
D6.
your...
Shouldn't you be?
Oh, not the good roll. Not the good roll.
Is that a D20?
Yeah. That's why it's rolling
That's a
forever.
15
Oh,
plus
I figured that
4.
was D6.
So
Plus
19.
4, a 19.
Which it has to be. Is it DC equals 10 plus whatever the spell's level?
Yes, that is. Now there can be enhancements to that.
There can be.
However, as you're focusing, and you hear that Nibs is going down, and as you're focusing, there's almost this like presence that almost tries to rise up against you, and almost like a guiding hand, you almost feel a little bit of influence by a more arcanic friend of yours. And it's almost as if the presence is killed.
Yikes. Oh man.
And you guys all hear the softest clink of metal. In fact, it's actually more like 10 clinks of metal as these massive bars driven deep into the wall
I think we're allowed.
Oh.
Silence!
all
You have the spell.
No,
It's
I do.
quiet.
Okay.
It
Quiet.
is fairly quiet.
It's-
It's not like a kunk, kunk.
It's not like that.
It's a,
Okay.
and you hear the pressure release, and then a very slightly louder, but still louder, chunk, as they all kind of slide into place.
No need a lockpick, I guess.
Some nasty ass fart to cover it.
Those were the magical
I mean,
defenses.
you
There
could,
is
like,
still
press
the
it.
lock on the
I was saying,
door.
you could,
No,
like,
lock-
press the digitation.
Now it's your
on
turn.
fire.
You're up.
The lockpick.
That is
Yes.
those are the wrought iron bars. That's the magical defense. There is still the lock itself.
Yeah, Warden.
Okay.
Warden chimes for you to come and lockpick the door.
Say I could maybe assist with that since I also have proficiency in
I
lockpicking.
could let you get advantage.
Sleight of hand?
It would be a sleight of hand, yeah.
With
What
advantage.
is
Well-
Say what is your modifier?
Plus
Or-
10.
Mine
I can't
plus
roll
11.
below a dirty 20.
That's very good. You should probably do that. Then.
I was gonna say-
You know you're a rogue, so you
I
have
have
reliable talent.
Talent.
Reliable
Reliable
talent,
talent.
so anything
Reliable
I'm
reliable
sort of
talent is
decent
fucking
at, I'm
stupid.
good at.
Yeah.
That'll be a 29.
29, 19. Okay. So,
Fuck yeah.
as you guys hear this slight chink, Mike, like a fucking cat bird, just fucking wriggles
bird.
through you guys,
Yep.
sticks two prongs in, tries to click around, and then realizes I need a
Yeah.
third, and then puts it in and deftly just fucking. zzz.
This is a number 5 master lock. It can be opened with a number 5 master lock.
Brother just rather than pulling out picks, he just takes out a fucking lock and
the lock breaks the lock of the lock.
and the door
Oh, I was wondering when that went.
slides open. It is. You guys realize now as it opens, it's like a fucking almost 2 foot thick door. Like as it slides open, it's a fucking vault door. And it's a little bit wider than you guys thought. Like it is nearly 6 feet wide in and of itself.
Do
As
we
it
need to do
slides.
silence?
It's not super loud now.
No, I mean just to keep it locked.
What is in case he's in there and says, "Hey"?
That is up to you guys.
It's your call. We got one more use.
You will recognize
I would
the
wait.
door to the right was an illusion. The door to the left was an illusion. You don't know how deep this goes, but it is like a very large room. 60 by 60 may not cover it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But no one else will probably.
I would say I.
It'll cover our
have-
sound for the rest of the stealth check, though.
say,
Which, big boy Bunkin, you need advantage for stealth. It's your guys' call.
I would say, since the rest of us would not have, we would still have the advantage on stealth from being invisible and not suffer the disadvantage. I think it'd be beneficial for us to go in without using silence right now, because I have a few spells that I could drop that, if they worked, could just flat out end the encounter.
'Cause you
But the
need
problem
voice.
is that they're all verbal.
Okay, that you've got the stone. It's your call. So
Anyways,
Say, I'm of a
Alright.
mind to.
No, he's not a quiet person.
You can just stay at the door for like 12 seconds.
Okay.
I'm going to just telepathically tell the party to hold on for a second, and I'm going to scout ahead into the room.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check. It'll be at advantage.
Nat 20 for a 35.
Damn.
35.
You sneak your way to the next campaign.
Not that high. 40s when you sneak into the next campaign. So,
you
Mike.
sneak so well, you just disappear from existence.
So, Mike.
From our reality.
As you kind of creep in, and it's a slight hallway for about maybe 10 feet before it expands out into this massive room. And as you walk past, not having checked for any traps or magical
God damn it.
things, as you step through, leaving the plane of this hallway and entering into the room,
As I'm walking forward, while I'm still invisible, I'm shifting into Topher.
okay, you're going to shift into Topher as you do so?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me.
because that's you brought it up earlier. You're like, okay.
You were talking about this earlier, so this won't be crazy difficult. I'm just gonna say, how the fuck do we do a quick changeling check?
How quick can a changeling
Luck.
change?
Performance.
Let's go ahead and say a luck or a performance. I'll let you do performance if that's drastically better. which I do believe it's better.
It's better.
Not drastically.
Not a big difference, but
12.
12. Okay. So as you walk through this and you're shifting,
I'm Topher, but I got massive honkers.
as your hand passes the plane as you're sneaking forward, you notice black feathers. And so you immediately begin to change as you walk through.
I was the hooker before, not
You were the hooker? Okay.
So it'd be
So
from hooker to Topher.
you see
Your
fucking
hand.
stripper
Yep.
attire, I don't know, as you walk through, and you change into Topher as you walk through, and you are now visible after the plane of the door. You see, go ahead and roll me a perception check real quick.
And we see this as well. We're like, well, shit.
26.
26. So I'll let you ask your question.
When I see, there's like a point where the invisibility stops working, can I sneak up to like the edge of that point so I wouldn't cross the invisibility canceling threshold?
Sure, you can walk up to it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna roll stealth check for that or not?
No.
Alright.
I'll let you keep your previous stealth rolls. So as you walk through, you kind of stumble through, looking up. Off to the right is like a lavish lounge area with a fireplace, some like a billiards table, different like gaming things. Like this is surprisingly like, I don't know if I'd say surprisingly, but it's a very large bedroom and there's a lot of shit in here. It seems like most of the entertainment stuff and to the right. And to the left, there is a massive like workshop is what it looks like. That's cornered off by like thick glass that is mostly see-through. Like it is so thick it's hard to at this point, especially with the inside being so coated with shavings and sawdust and such. But it is a massive workshop. You'd probably say it's like a 30 by 30 workshop inside this bedroom that is just rounded with workbenches that have a whole bunch of trinkets and circuits and different things in it. There is also a very large bed just out and to the left. And standing beside it is a blonde-haired, a very awkward-looking person. You know that Paekar is half Azamar, half dwarf. Which means he is a completely blonde dwarf, including his beard. And he's a little bit shorter, probably sitting around 5'4", maybe 5'2". Fairly short, but very, very stocky, completely drenched in this blonde hair around his head, with this fairly shortly cropped beard for a dwarf. And he's sitting there, and he seems to like actively have some kind of remote in his hand as he's looking towards you.
Mr.
Seemingly
Anderson.
questioning.
reading the question on his face, I'm just going to start with, sorry for the intrusion, but as I'm sure you've heard, my caravan was attacked.
It was.
It was attacked. That is very true. I saw the fucking fish nets, mate.
I don't know what fish nets you're talking about.
When your hand passed through the door, there's some fish nets. There ain't any more.
Question: can I hear this conversation?
It is actually very, very faint, but you can. Right up against the wall, you can. The rest of you got those who are like standing in the doorway cannot hear this.
Can I roll perception to make out the conversation?
Sure. You can make it out mostly as is, but go ahead and roll perception.
12.
Okay. It's about as muffled as it is. You can still kind of get the general beats of it, though.
Okay.
I kind of assumed something like this would happen here soon, but couldn't have been certain. Who are you? What's your name?
My name's Topher.
You can drop the act.
I don't know what you mean.
Do you continue to walk in the room, or are you just standing right inside the door?
I probably went like 5 more feet into the room from where that
Not out of
like
view,
that
though.
plane
Yeah.
is. I just moved like
I'm
5
just
feet.
curious if you move far enough that someone could try to stealth in
Yeah,
along the wall.
that
Did
was
we
going to
see
be
you
my
talking,
question, along with the
or-
fact of
Well,
can
the
like
it's hallway.
Hallway, wide open space.
And then wide open space.
So if someone
But
walked
as soon
in and
as
went on the wall, it's well enough lit. It's not like you can,
Well,
unless you're invisible, which
isn't
it
the
drops.
plane of the
Well-
invisibility grid,
So
like hallway, it opens up into the area.
Yeah.
And as it opens up,
As it
you
opens
go
up,
across
you
the-
Right.
turn invisible.
I was
So
just
we can all
curious,
get
like
into
if
the
you
hallway.
if you walked out here, his head would turn from looking at the door to follow you as you walked farther in the room. There might be a chance to do a stealth
Yeah.
check.
I'll
as
say
well.
it is well lit enough. It's not like he doesn't have peripheral vision. Like, you are walking into an empty space with nearly zero cover and trying to stealth against a wall. Unless you're invisible,
60 or 60 feet or
probably
more
like
away.
40 or so feet.
Because your invisibility is dropping the
Let's say
second
two
you
things.
enter the room.
One, I know you have telepathic communications. Is that only you talking to me, or can I reach out to you with that? Because I don't
You
think
can
that's...
respond.
You can.
But you
Are you
still
talking
have to-
message?
Actually, no, you can't.
Yeah, you
It
can
would
only
just
respond.
mean being telling you things.
Wait, what?
Dang.
I thought they could
But-
respond.
Well,
What-
via just intrinsic telepathic.
Okay, yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
You guys
It
can
depends
But-
on how you.
Well,
like,
what's is it like through a feat? Is it innate? What's
It's innate, but it's through.
The telepathic feat?
I think it's through my warlock thing, if I remember right. Or,
Down, buddy.
oh,
Awakened mind, yeah, from warlock stuff.
okay.
You can telepathically speak to any creature you can see within 30 feet of you if it understands at least one language.
Can we confirm? Warden's gonna Rocky talk me and says, "Can you confirm the target?" I'm assuming we out in the doorway can't see him.
Paekar.
Not unless you're right up against that plane where you turn visible.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna Rocky him saying, "Can you confirm the target?"
Okay. There is a muffled noise that comes through in your mind that comes out as can you for target.
Yes.
Cool. Can you
Does
put
he
us
get
in
that-
my-
does
Can
he
we
get that-
hear him talking?
I was gonna say,
You guys at the
Or never mind, you already
Yeah.
answered that.
We
Yeah.
can hear him. We
did he get that clearly through, or was that also? Muffled?
it was also muffled,
But I heard
but
a yes.
well enough. Yeah, you heard a yes.
You're-
Heard it.
Yes.
So, what kind of check would it be for me to, like, jump across the anti-invisibility line and then recast invisibility on myself?
You will be seen. Like
Dang.
that.
Dang.
It is effectively
That's fun.
you are walking into the middle of fucking no man's land with no cover and saying, "Oh, they just can't see even if it's a half-second of motion, they're still gonna see the motion." Like it's not like it just doesn't happen. It's not like you can recast. The reason it's an action is because it takes a bit of time.
Fair enough.
Would you allow Warden? Because obviously we all know now that there's some sort of dispelling field there.
Yeah.
If Warden were to go into the hallway,
You're in the hallway.
yeah, sorry, but to the point where I can see the dude,
Okay.
and start the ritual casting for Geish. If I step myself beyond that barrier, so I can use Geish, take that one step forward and use Geish when it's imminent. Is that is that
You
something
would
you
have to
can
roll a
find?
very, very high Arcana check to see what kind of magic this would dispel on passing through this plane. Yes.
Well, it's like I'm in the midst of casting it.
So
So
I think would also casting it like not require some visual effect that might be visible.
it's verbal.
Oh,
Gaze should be
Geish is
verbal.
Yeah, Geish is verbal, but it takes a minute.
You start mumbling, and then you step through, and the question is,
So,
So-
Mike,
Whether or not I need to.
people here are doing a lot of shit, or trying to. Movement is occurring as you're just standing there with a dude seemingly having like a remote in his hand. Can you ready to press a button?
Fine, you caught me, and I'm going to shift back into my hooker form, and I'm going to start moving over to like 5 feet over to the left, 10 feet over to the left,
Okay.
because that's the direction of the work area.
The work area, yeah, is to the left. He is out and to the left, and work area is straight to the left.
I'm going to start spinning some super bullshit about the head priest, Father Bernard, and how he wanted me to come up here and surprise him in his quarters as a gift for his
As you
birthday.
begin
Persuasion.
saying this,
Bullshit.
he cuts you off about like 10-15 seconds into your story.
Fuck you.
He kind of cuts you off. Excuse me. You must be no holy fuck, what was that? You must be no common whore. Because those are some pretty grand defenses on the door, and even Father Bernard doesn't have access to get through them. I know what you're here for. Stop shitting me. I could have pressed this already, but I haven't.
That's because you want the half-life blowy, huh?
How many feet away is he from the door now?
Yeah, okay, so you said that, I was at least getting the general gist of this conversation. So I get that, the jig is up, right?
The jig is up. Mm-hmm. And
Say, because I think I just maybe want to, dash in and try and feeble-mind the fucker.
how are you?
He's gonna
That's-
step through the door and feeble mind.
'Cause
I was
feeble-mind
hoping
isn't-
he could keep him going on for at least 45 more seconds, so that way I can muster enough to verbal communication.
I mean, I could also
Well,
just feeble-mind, which is kind of just better.
But it's up
Gish,
to you.
guys, only enacts once per day. So he can break it, and as long as he's willing to take the damage, he can break it effectively as much
Yeah,
as
I
he
would
wants
say
per day.
Feeble Mind's probably a good bet.
Alright. Consensus on me bomb rushing and feeble-mind.
That's all.
I don't know. I'm busy offering him a
That's
half
on
price.
is-
As you offer,
That's
he
all I
says,
can't see
can
shit.
you-
I honestly have
Can he-
considered.
Can he look at the remote and let us know what if he recognizes the remote? Is it something like a color remote? What kind of remote? Any information at all about that?
Go ahead and roll a perception check. As he's kind of speaking to you.
27.
27, you would guess it's some kind of information, probably calling guards. Would be your
I-
guess.
Yeah, I
Immediately, I would assume
Yeah.
that it's going to be some sort of.
I-
remote to
I'm
sound
going to
the
make
alarm.
an executive decision. I can see that the jig is up. I'm crossing the threshold, and with 150-foot range, I am casting Feeble Mind on him as soon as I see him.
Okay. Do either of you two, because no one else can react to this? Because he comes out and he's obviously visible casting it, but like,
Can I see
I mean, you would
The
assumedly
remote.
see me once I
what's
step
the
through and become
composition of the
invisible.
remote?
it appears to be about 4 or 5 inches long, maybe an inch or so wide, and seemingly has a variety of different buttons on it.
Metal casing.
Yes, a metal casing.
Warden will step through with him and cast heat metal on that object.
Heat metal. Okay. So
And I will slap your butt and give you guidance.
I'm going to assume that the field
Does
mine
not
goes
count.
through
I
first,
don't-
because
I'm
while it
sorry.
may hurt, it's not like an immediate drop. There
Yes.
is a drop, which there's plenty of time to press a button in that.
You
So
can press the wrong
Do
button.
you have
and
telekinesis?
just a disco ball.
slap on the butt.
No, I'm not actually going to do
Okay.
Actually,
It's the wrong button, right
What were
next
you
to the
asking
door.
about me?
wait.
I was saying those were you guys were the only two out at the time. And so you have to step
Finally?
through to cast a spell there.
You both
So effectively, like, did you have anything you were going to do to impose disadvantage on this, or try to? I don't know if you had any skills like
Retcon.
that. Yeah.
No, not heat metal because I can't drop concentration on the cloudiness.
On the controller, yeah.
I've been trying to go through all my spells that don't have concentration because I have concentration on the weather. No, instead I'm going to ball lightning the thing and fry
Ball
whatever it
lightning.
is.
Okay, it's going to be a fairly high DC because it's small and it's in his hand, but you can go ahead and roll that attack roll. And so he is a high intelligence character. What is your DC?
The spell save DC is a 21.
So he does have advantage on this. So this is going to be with a plus 10 at advantage. So I'm going to go ahead and roll these real quick.
What was that, 25% chance?
Probably at about. I see an 8. That
That's an
fails.
8 and a 4.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
Damn.
hold on, wait. Is that enough?
Plus,
Is
yeah.
that enough? That's an
21
18.
is DC.
Okay, DC
If
21.
there's any
Also,
magic
I'd say,
flurry going around.
I would be out of range of a normal counter spell. Okay,
I was
how big
also-
is the room?
The room is very large.
So I'm probably out of range of a normal counter spell.
No,
Counter
you
spell
are
is-
within
he's
range of
only
a
40
counter
feet
spell.
away.
He's only 40 feet from the door.
I figured larger was larger than that, but I also have counter spell of my own. So you can
Well,
double screw.
larger. It's a very large room. That doesn't mean his bed is at the corner of the room.
True.
That is
However,
a 27 to hit the remote.
well, it,
I know, but it was a contingency.
contingency. So 27. That does hit the remote, which you guys technically won't know since the remote is fried. You don't know if it has a fail switch upon destruction.
Oh, fuck. So,
Well,
You done fucked up, Aaron.
So, as you step in and you do this quick casting of Feeble Mind, he immediately goes from doing some seemingly raunchy joke about the half-price blowy that he's halfway through before he gets to finish, and then it just it turns into and then it just fucking gets zapped out of his hand, and it's just gone.
He turns into Biden.
Damn.
Super short, super stocky, blonde Biden.
Still a pervert.
So
Slipper. Damn it.
It's not inaccurate.
not completely.
Joe Biden.
So as
You're
this
right.
feeble mind goes
This
off,
guy's gay.
he seems to lose all sense of intellect.
How
He
long does
also
that
takes
last?
46 damage.
He also
30
takes-
days. I would know. I fucking hate that shit. That's
I mean,
30 days.
I would say I believe somebody
No.
has greater restoration.
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and also I
maybe
can do that.
not.
Sorry, I didn't realize
Yeah.
it was your.
Yeah, which direction am I?
So he takes 17 points of damage.
Alright, let's get him out of here.
Off of that,
It's going
Off of what?
off of the feeble mind.
Okay. Nibs is going to also run in with the rest of you guys.
So as you guys all run in,
I'm going
Wait,
to
no, I'm gonna
shove.
stay in the
Can't-
hall. I'm gonna stay in the hall, stay
Okay.
invisible.
I was
would
gonna
like
say.
to run forward.
Okay.
Murray is tired of standing
Yes,
still.
Warden.
so
Warden
sorry,
is-
as you stand, as
I'm
you
gonna just-
run in, you see just the blabbering idiot of a 5'4" completely blonde dwarf.
I'm going to.
Can he be dum dum?
He be dumb.
Dumb.
I'm grabbing the remote
Can't-
and shoving it in my bag of holding.
Okay.
Can you also
The
shove him?
smoldering
I'm
husk
just
of
making
it,
sure
you
I can do
Huh?
like a.
The
Because
smoldering
we
husk
should
of
some
the
way to get him
remote
out of here.
is
I
actually
He
need-
doesn't
I-
like us doing that, but we'll see. If it's
He doesn't.
You
like
guys
shoving
can,
I'm
but there
outside
is
of
such
the
an intense danger of putting someone in a space where they can't breathe, especially when they're dumb and barely know how to breathe in the first place.
I thought
Well-
like an empty bag of holding has, which I have an empty bag of holding.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Is 10 minutes.
Guys,
technically
we have
fair.
extra invisibility potions. Let's just carry him.
Yeah,
And
I
make him
mean-
invisible.
Yeah, we have a fly potion. We have an invisibility
Me and him
potion.
both have invisibility potions.
Yeah.
All
I
you
say,
is
if
mine.
we
just
Glug glug
time-
glug down his throat. He'll turn
Grab it.
invisible. You
No.
carry him all the way
and then
there.
we just fly back
and,
down.
and fly
Yeah.
away like Aladdin.
He is done. He is constantly blabbering.
Yeah,
Put
that's
something
what
in his
silence is
mouth.
for.
say that does work.
But silence
if
does
we
not
also
work.
need something else, I can.
Silence. We just shove the thing in his mouth, right?
Well, yeah. Let me just.
And then
gag
it's
him.
like the
I
darkness.
mean,
one?
he's a perv. He'll probably enjoy
Okay.
it.
I have like letters and stuff.
I
can-
believe silence is casted on a place, on a location.
It's not like
Well,
darkness
yes, but I can.
that
I
you
don't-
can put in a lamp.
That is a Baldur's Gate thing. It is not.
No, it was original.
I cannot believe.
Yeah,
Uh,
long time before Baldur's Gate, you was put it in a.
Let me look him up.
Either way, before we do
But
that,
I'm
am I
just
able to
saying-
do a perception check in the hallway to make sure no one's
Yeah,
coming
we're-
or
we're-
going
we're in
or
the
all
hallway.
that shit?
We're in the hallway.
I'm gonna. Anyways,
Time up.
to keep him quiet. Yeah, I'm just
On
gonna
a
gag him.
point
Time up.
for silence.
I'm gagging and tying him up.
So,
Okay.
given the fact that y'all couldn't hear our conversation, we probably don't have to worry much about servants hearing us.
The door
in
is
this room.
Still, it's the
See,
it's the
We don't
problem
know
with
if he pushed the
someone-
button.
Here.
Well, that, but also the fact that someone could just walk by.
How
Did he
far
push the
away
button?
is that room?
We don't know.
That ritual room.
Hey, we don't even have to go
How
out.
far down was
Paint a
That
hole in
was
the wall.
7th
We just
floor.
fly
Yeah, we
out.
could just go back.
And you guys would probably
But we
So we
need
would
to
still
go
have
either
that
Actually,
hole.
floor up or floor
We can
down.
go up. Let's just
If we're gonna.
We could just make
Yeah,
him invisible, take him up
Yeah,
to the 7th floor,
gag him.
go out the
Well,
hole we
invisible
went through,
in,
get
gag
the
him.
fuck out.
can
Well,
we yeah
So you guys gag him and make him drink an invisibility potion.
reverse that.
And then
yeah.
I do
Yeah.
I
other,
do-
other way.
I do tie him with my good old reinforced rope, which I'm sure he can't break, feeble-minded especially, and then like tie
Well,
like
this
literally
is
I literally
strength.
like hog tie him and then throw the strap of the hog tie around my shoulder.
Naughty.
So he's literally like a little
Nari,
like
loot the room.
backpack.
Loot the room.
Check
What are
his-
you doing?
Oh my god, I forgot.
What? Don't touch me.
Sorry.
He's trying to be nice, and he's
Oh,
like, no, it's
okay.
fine.
Like, stop.
Anyways, yeah. So that's how I'm being held. So
I
I
actually
still have-
am really wanting to go and look at that ritual room. So I might try to message people, say, hey, I'll make sure the way is clear, and just dart
Oh,
out and up the stairs.
Okay, so Nari starts heading out. Does
Can I
anyone
do
join
it?
her?
I'm headed over to the workshop area.
Okay.
To
Yeah,
find
We
me
probably
some
should check that out.
So Nari, as
So,
you step
the
outside,
two
roll
of-
a perception.
I'm
Wait,
still-
real quick.
yeah.
The two of us are in the hall. We wanted the perception before
Oh,
she
fuck.
gets run out. Can
What
we
am I-
do the perception?
Perception.
Before she runs out, we've been trying to roll perception.
Yeah. Just to
Okay.
Yeah, do that.
see,
For
just in general, like
We're in.
scout around
We're
the
still
area
invisible.
a little bit.
And if she's
Yeah.
leaving, Nibs is going with her.
okay. So yeah, go ahead and roll perception. Is Atan gonna follow that direction as well?
I leave my invisibility potion on the ground so that they can give it
They
to
are-
me.
they are-
We have
they-
plenty,
they
that's
have
not an
plenty.
They already
Okay,
have
then,
one.
then never mind. Then yeah, I'll follow suit.
Also, what's our time on the
And-
invincibility?
It's an hour, so you guys are maybe
No, but how much time are we in yet?
you're 12 to 15 minutes in at this point.
And our flying
If
would
Yes,
be.
we're good.
Is less. You
Uh,
spend less time. flying.
15 on the perception.
15, 14. You guys do not really notice anything as you
Yeah.
guys begin to wind through the hallways.
Right, here we
I'm
go.
gonna have you guys roll another one here in a minute.
That's good.
You use
Okay.
cloak, he's invisible. We're going up the
So
floor.
you're going for the workshop. You're hog tying. It's gonna take you a minute, a bit of time to hog tie a man.
You stay at the door
I'm
with
literally,
them,
I'm literally
or
like,
you
I'm
go
tying
with
his
them?
arms,
I'm
tying his legs, and then
If-
like
I think
Then everybody else is in the room.
literally like tying his
I know,
arms,
yeah.
looping
They already
around,
have invisibility
tying his
potions.
legs,
We're
loop
already
back
saying
around.
to
and
me
This
then
poor
go.
man's about to get sexually
Okay.
abused and he doesn't even know.
Okay, Robin,
Yes.
where are you in all of this? Are you staying in the room? Are you trying to investigate?
I would
things?
like to at least do a cursory investigation of the workshop.
Okay, go ahead and both you guys can roll either perception or investigation. The door is closed, and there does seem to be some kind of padlock to it.
Perception.
9.
22.
There appears to be a variety of different items in there. There seems to be some weapons. You guys recognize both the books that the Arkstone Grimoires use as kind of like spellcasting focuses, along with the arc throwers, which are seemingly this. I've described it before, but like a larger crossbow that is almost completely fueled by like electrical magic. And he seems to be specifically tinkering with one that is almost like a ballista-sized version. You would guess probably firing things more like a lightning bolt version rather than like a ball of lightning. So as you guys are appearing, this door seems to have either some kind of... You can't really tell what kind of padlock it is. You haven't seen it before. In fact, the closest thing you would relate it to would be the padlocks that were in the fold in the science building that you guys entered, where...
Does it have a face scan next to it?
It seems to have a variety of different... Do either of you guys speak either Dwarven or Celestial?
Damn, I wish
if I
was there. Fuck.
Yes, but we're not there.
But you guys aren't there.
So
That's
this is what I'm
He
gonna.
speaks celestial.
I
This is
speak
what
both.
Nibs is
You speak
thinking.
both, but you are not there.
So-
You're not investigating that. You're
We go
hog
down
tying
the
the
hall.
targets.
At the
So as
corner,
the both
we
you guys
try
are
to
appearing there,
one
you
of
do
us
not recognize
stops
any of the
and
language that is
That
on
way
this
we have line
padlock.
of sight on
You
where
have
she
no
passed.
basis
Okay.
on
Supposed
how to
the other one goes to
decipher
the
this.
next one.
Not
where they
swift.
have eyes for that way we can communicate to each other if there's a line needs to happen. That's my setup. That's what I was thinking, either at the first turn or at the second turn.
I'll take the forward
Are you guys
one.
just like not including Nari in the conversation then?
Well-
Because
I'm
you're
just curious.
gone off somewhere.
You're
That's-
headed up.
I mean, that's fair, but
We're invisible.
I guess
I'm
I
gonna have
probably.
you go ahead and roll me a stealth check as you begin swiftly moving out.
She's also so invisible.
Oh, so you're not going through the room?
Never mind, I didn't know.
No,
that
not.
part.
This is a stealth.
At advantage.
I
Well,
have
she's
advantage
not in-
already.
She's not stealthed anymore.
What do you mean?
That is
I
what-
already have advantage on stealth.
I was gonna say she
actually.
never entered the room.
And mine would be a 26. I did enter the room,
But you have it anyway.
but I have it anyways.
You did enter the room.
I did enter the room. I came in, saw what was happening. It's like, cool, he's done. And I left.
Okay. Okay. Did you drink an invisibility potion after you left?
No.
But she still has
The I still have advantage on stealth.
From-
and that's from my boots of Elvic.
Boots of Elvenkind. Okay, so that is for sound
So,
at least.
yes.
So as you run
I probably would. Well, I don't know. If I looked down at myself, I would have noticed, but otherwise, I'm not sure I would have.
do you
be
think
able to-
Nari
Okay,
would
let
have
me-
noticed herself
Well,
being
as you
visible
go
again?
past, Nibs,
Yeah,
we're
because I'm
following
thinking
you.
about trying to clear the way, and I don't want to be.
We
so,
could have said, drink your
yeah,
potion.
I drank my potion.
Okay, so you go ahead and drink your potion. It's hilarious that you're rolling for doing something smart.
It's Nari, man. I'm just
You're the
saying.
You're the high. You're the highest intelligence member.
She's
You're
also
back
the
to being the highest
impulsivity
intelligence.
here.
Okay, so you drink a potion again. I'll have both of you guys also roll stealth as you guys leave the room.
We have advantage.
So as they're
Because
going
you guys
off,
were invisible,
trying to do
yeah.
their
Roll
thing,
what?
I'm not.
You had a
Go
15?
yet.
Roll better?
I will have
18
all
better?
three of you guys roll me another perception check
Dirty
as you guys are seemingly trying Atan Nibs. You guys are attempting to follow her up the stairs, or where are you going exactly? How far out are you going?
Okay, there were down the hall, one turn, down the hall, one turn
Mhm.
to the stairs.
Yep.
I'm gonna post up at this position. He's posting up at that position.
Okay.
That way we have
So each of
line
the two turns in between here
Yes.
and the larger hall.
We have line of sight, and you have.
I'll take the farther one because
You
I have
have
Rocky Talkie, and
Mhm.
you are
Okay.
getting closer.
So I'm
to
gonna
seeing
have
it.
you go ahead and roll me another perception check.
Another perception. We ball. Fuck it, we ball. No, we don't ball. We don't
We
ball
don't
at
ball.
all. We
We
don't
don't
ball.
ball.
It's a
We are not
fucking.
balling.
It's a fucking 9.
It is a fucking 9. Okay. So Nari, you begin making your way up the stairs at this point.
Yes.
And you're going up. We'll get to you in a moment. Both of you guys again. Are you attempting to try anything? Or are you just perceiving and moving
So
on?
I just perceive that there's a whole bunch of language
Mumbo
and
mumbo
gibberish.
jumbo, yeah.
Would you recognize the language?
Do you guys have any explosives?
I don't. It didn't sound like I recognized.
Besides
We
ourselves?
just need to
No.
blow this place up on our way out.
I
Does
got
he?
an ice breath.
Does he
Well, first of all, we'd like to do this
What language
unnoticed.
could
I would say you would probably recognize some celestial. You don't know what
But
they
he'd
mean.
recommend the. He'd
But you would recognize
the
the language as a
15
whole.
explosive barrels.
You would probably recognize both as this is probably a dwarf and
So
this is
you
probably a
said
celestial.
Hey,
the
can you
door
read
was
this?
no. You said the door was locked. Does the lock appear to be magical in any way?
Definitely, absolutely. There's also plenty of stuff in there that's like rings, amulets, necklaces.
Could just
Can you
Uh,
access the stuff without unlocking the door?
No.
So you can look through a door into the room.
The room is glass. The walls are
Okay.
glass.
Okay, so okay.
Okay.
Fancy another spell of lockpicking?
Hey guys, does anybody know what these words mean? They're in the fancy angel people language.
Warden, in the midst of his tying, he just kind of looks up and then kind of zooms in on what he's looking at.
Okay. It does appear to be some celestial. Do you speak both celestial and dwarven?
I speak both, yes.
Yeah. You recognize most of the print. There also does appear to be some third language in there. That let me check your character sheet.
Under common, celestial, common, and dwarvish. So.
Yes, there seems to be a third language that you do not read at all.
Could it theoretically be primordial?
Theoretically, but neither of the three that speak primordial are there.
I'm there.
You are there. It is not primordial.
Okay.
Is it
Elvish?
draconic?
No.
Is it Sylvan?
It is not a language any of you guys would have
Wait.
the ability of knowing.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Wait a second.
Managed to
We
invent
can't-
no language.
Then none of us would be able to know.
Yes, Claire, you have
the language
I
of
comprehension.
the
have
dead.
different languages, but I
But
don't.
you're.
Alright.
Consider
Can
he-
we just steal the stuff? Like,
No, we
You
can't
can't get in the door.
oh,
Okay.
Yep.
Alright,
It's-
well, what do I
Time
get
to
from?
stop just pushing around this. I'm going to
Oh,
we
cast
don't need this stuff,
Dispel
guys.
Magic at 3rd level
It
on the
doesn't
door
matter.
using
This is
my
This is
special
scary.
thing.
We
so
just need to leave.
turn
we're
release.
leaving.
So your character name?
Hold on.
Can Warden
I'll
say
move you to
something?
the door.
Yeah.
Because you look at it.
Where did
at the
please?
door reading the non-readable language.
How focused would you be on Robin if you just knelt down behind the door?
Okay, Warden looks
Okay,
at it.
hold on.
Okay,
reads
so
it.
Warden looks at it. What do I decipher?
It appears to be a almost mangled amount of letters put in each language. It does truly seem that you can understand the absolute basics of what they mean. Like, they seem to be a selection of words and letters and numbers in each of the language. The most important of the three languages is the one you cannot read.
Okay.
The thing that kind of links everything together.
Warden,
That's not
Warden,
bad.
seeing that they're trying to get into the shit that's going on, whatever's going on in that workshop,
That's cool.
he glances into the workshop. I remember slightly of what was mentioned that was in there, but with Warden's smithing and crafting abilities, would he be able to glean that this isn't really worth our time?
There are probably some things worth your time in there. But
do we have
worth
the
your
time for it
time
to be
right
worth?
now is a completely different story.
We only have a few sessions left, guys.
I was gonna say.
We need to get the fuck out.
Warden,
Nari,
but is it what I'm trying to glean is
Listen to the movie.
and Homeboy is welcome to pipe up if he really wants to. Is this something that, if they really wanted what was ever in there, I could I or the other one could probably make it.
Go ahead and roll me
Or something
a
similar.
insight.
Inside.
Is the glass enchanted?
Yes.
Woo, 25.
25. So you could tell the time it would take you guys to probably break into this, either decipher the code or dispel it magically, would be way more time than you perceive yourselves having in this scenario.
So Warden is just going to verbally, so you can hear it too, just say, "Well, I'm done time. We're leaving." And literally, just he's just going to start walking out. So
Okay.
Carry the guy.
So,
Do you drink your
two
potion of
things.
invisibility?
as I go through,
Make sure the guy
one,
takes a visible.
I already did.
So before anything else, I would like to try and cast a third level dispel magic
Go ahead,
on
roll.
the door. Just to see if I can get rid of the magic there.
The
And I'm
door
going to assume this
the
is
door
plus
to the
charisma.
hallway or
The
the
door
door
to the
To
workshop.
the workshop. I'm going to assume this is plus charisma modifier.
Yes, it'll be straight your charisma modifier.
That's only 13.
Nope.
Alright, second question. You seem to be quite good at understanding
It's
magic.
alright.
Is the warding on this place the same, anti-teleportation ward that has been everywhere else?
It does appear so.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
It
that's
does
a
appear
nice
so.
question.
Yes.
I'm going to have the three of you roll me another perception check.
Warden
Alright,
is
let's
in
get
the
going.
hallway now, so
You can go ahead and roll one as well.
16.
I don't know
16.
how
Wait,
far down
perception.
they are,
Sorry,
but-
that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
Nat 20 for
Ooh.
25.
21. So
18.
all three of you, as you're beginning to go up the stairway, and both of you guys in the
Sorry.
hallway, you guys hear the soft choo 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 on a seemingly separate set of stairs opposite of the direction that Nari went to go up.
Damn.
You would guess there is at
Rockies.
least a dozen sets of
Rocky
footsteps.
talkie, I instantly say, we gotta go now. And I instantly start heading up towards
Well,
the
how
stairs.
far behind
towards
us
the-
are they,
You
though?
are at the top of the stairs. Now, you guys have probably only moved about 400 feet inside this facility. That's not a lot, really. That's, 6, 7, 8 turns, dependent upon the character. Likely less if you're dashing. Stealth, you're invisible, but you're sprinting, so it's going to be even rolls in this situation. Likelihood is, well,
Sorry.
all
It's his fidget spinner.
you guys are at this point known. People know that you are here at this point. So, stealth is an option, but speed is better. So, Nari, as you are getting to the top of the spiral staircase and stepping out as you begin to hear this. So you continue sprinting. It's only about, one turn away as you step through, a couple turns away, as you step through the doorway of this ritual room. I'd like to roll a perception check.
What ritual?
The
one on the
one
second
when we
floor.
first got here.
The big old stone
Oh,
basin.
shit, that's not good.
Or
That's
where
a
we
14.
came from?
Yeah.
Well, near where you came from, not the room that you came from. So as this opens up. You see two massive gargoyles, like just out of sight from the main door on each side. They're probably about maybe 15 feet tall.
I only
20 feet
take
wide.
one step in, by
Yeah,
the way.
as
I
you
just
take one
wanna
step
see.
in, the walls are lined with almost like golden laurels with different like blue and purple and green stripes going through them. They seem to have different faces. Each one seemingly has... I'm gonna have you actually go ahead and roll me either religion or history. It's gonna be intelligence for either, so it shouldn't really matter.
You said intelligence or history? Yeah.
Religion or history.
Or
Religion or history. They're both intelligence rolls.
But they're both going to be close to
Yeah.
So which one would you prefer? What type of information would you like to get out of this?
Why are we...
Probably.
Why are we... Oh.
I doubt I would know
Why are
much
we
on
not
the
going
religion
back
side
the
of
way we
things, so I'm
came?
gonna say
She is.
The whole
history.
the
Yeah,
whole
I am
thing
on the
is-
way we came.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she's
This is
already,
just a
she is
room.
way ahead of
Okay,
y'all
so you
on
guys
getting out.
entered straight ahead. There was this weird fucking room. That's what she's checking out.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then
She's
we made
closest to the
turns
exit.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Through to the left.
By the way,
That sucks.
I know there's a distortion, some sort of distortion field, so I don't know if he picked up his, we gotta move, but like I just exited.
You stepped out, heard it, and you tell the guys in there they're coming. Right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, so you kind of peek
Try
back
to-
in.
well,
speak
I
to
get
them
I
again.
get closer to the wall and be
Guys,
like,
we gotta
it's like, we gotta move
Okay.
now.
Do you guys immediately start hiking?
Like, it's like, we're spotted.
Yeah,
Mike,
You guys have invisibility as soon as you leave the room.
he does for sure.
yeah. Because
When
I
I
just
ping the
do that.
magic, was there additional magics on all the walls in this area, or is it just like the workshop and the door?
The workshop pings the brightest. The walls around it definitely do have it still.
Okay, okay, I'm just gonna go there.
Okay. So leaving. Roll.
I rolled a 5.
A 5.
Oh my god.
On
For religion.
for
Or
reli-
sorry, history.
Okay, so the three faces of the gods of the three seas you see, but there are 5 other faces on different laurels around this room that you do not recognize. As you peer towards the 2 stone creatures, peering a little bit closer, you notice that one seemingly has these horns that curl up and out. The wings are almost bent into a weird shape, and its face, you notice it as far more demonic.
Would
where-
I recognize it as like a demonic thing with my knowledge of
with
like
this is
devils
why
and
you're getting it
demons?
with a 5.
Oh, okay.
So the one on the left appears more demonic and still fiendish, whereas the one on the right, the one on the left is almost feral, you would say. Its teeth are bared, its claws are out, it's almost aggressive towards this pool in the middle, whereas the one on the right is posh, it's proper, it seems far more controlled. You would assume this would to be some kind of devil of some form. And actually, as you're peeking, you notice smaller, but right at the head of the basin is 3 small, you can't tell if it's wax or some mixture of things, but 3 small figures with a set of candles behind them that are the 3 C's, Callum, Claudius, and Claudius, sitting right above this basin. This massive pool. And that's just you one step in. You don't see into the pool from where you are.
Does the pool look tempting?
It's empty.
It is empty. You can tell from here that it is empty, but you cannot see its bottom.
I don't know that I want to see its bottom. I know that people are coming, and this room probably kind of freaks me out. And I don't need to be around more devils or demons or anything like that. And
Okay. As you begin to step out, go ahead and roll me another perception check.
that is a 23.
23. The little wax figures almost appear to be looking at you.
Fuck! That's a problem. If I move, do their eyes
You're
move?
still invisible.
They're small and they're about 50 feet away, but their
Does their heads?
slightly tilt to the
So
side.
as you step back, you're out of line of sight. You break that eye contact thing with them.
I would want to. Yeah, I need to slow
So
step
you
away and get ready
step
to
back
dash.
out of the room, getting ready, again hearing.
I'm not gonna
getting
turn until I
closer
get
to
like
that metal.
on the last
Yeah, so as you
part
keep
of the
turning,
like doorway.
They continue
back.
to be locked on you up until you step completely outside of the room.
Okay. Then what happens?
And then
That's interesting.
their heads seem to just straighten, and they're peering straight forward. They're still looking in your direction, but they don't seem to be following you anymore.
By the way, doesn't matter. Let's go.
Yeah, let's book it.
Yep.
Okay.
When
Me and you.
we
That's
get out
silly.
of the room
Most
in the
likely.
hallway, the distortion field for voice and all that was on the same plane as the invisibility dropper, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell Octavia to hang out there and make some noise.
Okay.
So she's gonna hang out in the hallway.
Can Octavia mimic voices? Or anything of that sort?
Oh,
So he's like, David, you're familiar.
I mean, she is a raven, so ravens do have a semi-natural ability to at least replicate high-pitched voices.
Use a hoe.
By the
I
way,
mean, there's nothing on her page about it, but she is
Warden
a raven, so
is
Yes, Thomas?
Warden is not running boots on the ground.
He's walking
He is dashing
In the air.
air.
because
Okay.
Yeah,
The stairs are a little.
yeah, but
You're
he-
too large for the stairs to do that, but at least
What I'm
on
saying
the
is,
stage.
like,
Can you like hover
I'm
though?
hovering over so that I don't
Yeah.
have to make
sound?
noise.
Okay.
So
I would like all of you, since you are at this point, I would assume dashing, to roll me a stealth check, not at advantage.
Can I? Do
But
I?
I'm not making.
Is it
You
flat
no.
for me, or do I still get advantage?
You are farther away, so I'll let you still have advantage.
Is everyone?
Everyone.
well, here's the thing: you're not moving, are you?
We gotta go.
We're not leaving them. They have to come past our position.
This is up to you, Aton. You can move
It's
if
your
you
call.
want.
You can go up the stairs,
right.
but Nibs is not going to move until they get
Right, foreborn.
until he goes. So we're just standing there.
Yeah,
so
I'll
it's
wait.
stealth
About
advantage.
like 6 seconds. Like he is literally 6 seconds from that first arc. So as he's hovering just very slightly, I would assume you go invisible again, Warden.
Yes, I drank it as soon as I exited.
we can still fly. So we
Fly and invisible, so we'll just wait.
So yeah, as he passes through, he passes Nibs. Do you wait for everyone?
No,
Or
I just wait
Warden?
on. I just
Okay.
wait for.
Is it a flat check if I'm literally like basically hover flying through?
You are still moving at a dashed speed. So yes.
Okay.
You are no longer attempting to move stealthily.
Okay, I rolled an 11.
An 11? Okay. Let me pull up my calculator again.
I'm waiting till everyone.
You're waiting until everyone? Okay.
I'm
Okay,
guidance
so
on this.
11. Nari, what did you roll?
23.
23. Mike,
so I don't have advantage on this.
you do not have advantage on this.
Cool. I need
Good.
to roll then.
Because you're. Go ahead and roll.
So I had a nat.
I'm sorry.
God damn it.
Still good.
34.
God damn it!
I rolled a 19.
34!
You rolled a-
Oh no!
You rolled
Okay.
a natural 20, then rolled a 19.
26.
Aton.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I wanted the natural 20, okay?
What was this still?
Yeah.
17.
17, Aiden.
29.
That is by far the best you guys have had so far.
Right.
With an average of 23. So by 3 or 4 points. So you guys all begin zooming through these hallways. And as you guys go out, Warden passes. You, Nibs, you guys begin to move, go out, up the stairs. By the time you guys are getting to the stairs, Mike and Robin have reached Aton, and you three begin to move. As you guys are moving, at the end of the hallway, you see the phalanx of Dwindalian guards moving down the hall. So I'm going to start rolling some perception checks.
So
Octavia's making one hell of a scene over there.
Yes, she is. There will be a bit of a it's not disadvantage, but it will be a bit of a negative
So, while I am as soon as I see them coming up the stairs, can I cast Fog Cloud?
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
They haven't.
Can you?
Noticed.
Yes.
They haven't
Would I
noticed our
advise
location.
it? Probably
I'm
not.
gonna be ready in case they see us, but to block it out. But I'm not going to. I'm just
I
curious.
say,
if that's,
I have a much better way to block it out in the fact that I can cast Mold Stone.
if necessary.
Okay. So as the three of them pass, at first it appears that the guards walking down the way, I'm assuming they have nothing, However, as you guys kind of peek, as you get into the stairs, one of the guards in the middle seems to be casting something. And as he seemingly finishes it, he points at the stairwell and seems to be yelling something out in Dwarvish.
Oh, well,
Can I
that's-
decipher that?
Do I hear it?
It is, I see something at the stairwell! That way!
How far away are they?
They are about 80 feet.
After
we're just-
hearing that, I say in
No.
Dwarvish, "Fuck you!"
No. We have enough. We have enough distance between us. We can dash, and they can. By the time they get up to where we were.
Oh, well, it's a free action. I'm just saying, fuck
He's
you.
free action, fuck you. As you guys,
As I'm running.
Oh my
as
God.
the last of you guys kind of make your
I
way
was gonna
up
say, are
this,
they in the
and-
stairwell yet?
yeah, they're at the stairwell. As you guys step into the stairwell, a series of bolts go into the stairwell.
So,
Huh.
who exactly is the last in the stairwell? I just want to make sure.
It would be Atan.
It would
Atan
be
would wait for you two to go ahead, and then he would follow you up.
So this isn't like 100% how the spell works as written, but it's a rule of cool.
Okay.
So, actually, let me actually double check. This might actually be where the rules is written. Either way, so I have a wall of stone. What I would
Yep.
like to do with that, I would like to create, a barrier blocking out the staircase. But then, as we ascend, I would like to create, like slanted platforms so they can't really run up. Is that too steep of an incline?
Let me check Wall of Stone.
Well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it'd probably just be easier to do like a bunch of,
Like a
Individual,
very
yeah.
thick stone wall.
or like a bunch of smaller, thicker stone walls, rather than just make it hard to run up.
Yeah, just stone. Just block. You have enough stone, you can block.
Okay,
the whole
so they
staircase.
must connect. So you could put like a base wall that's pretty thick, and then you could put some like in the stairwell. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So once I'm through the door, I make sure everybody's through. I'm going to a wall of stone, and then as I run up, just like more walls appearing behind me.
Okay. As you make your third wall, with the first wall barely visible, you see it just explode in shrapnel as some kind of bomb or spell was just cast on that first set of wall. It didn't break through the whole wall since you made it super thick,
Yeah.
but they're gonna get through fairly quickly, but this will slow them down.
Yeah.
So you make a
Alright.
series of walls going up the stairs, and you guys just
Warden,
dip.
you good on fly?
Yeah, we're still flying. I'm dashing.
Yeah, so
He's
we're
good.
going straight out the window. The big hole where the thing is, we're gonna fly
Can you
straight out
remove stone
down to
with
the
that?
stairs.
No. I can only
It's not
add.
shape stone.
Only add it.
We're just going straight back down to the gate.
I can also
Yeah.
teleport.
So that everyone knows that we are going from here straight down to the gate, correct?
The first one out would still be Nari. Like Nari would still be the first one out the window, barely beating Warden and Nibs.
Well, I wouldn't go out the window yet. I'd probably
Yeah,
wait
you're
till
you're
the-
waiting there, and Warden Nibs are walking up.
Do we
Well,
still hear the
right,
big
fine.
like?
Yes, it's
Okay.
even louder now as the dozen actively know where they're going.
Nibs,
Well, I'm
as
not,
Nibs,
you don't hear my thuds. I'm flying.
yeah,
No,
as-
I'm talking about whoever's after
you can hear
us.
things
Oh.
exploding behind as it's happening. Nibs is
Yeah.
going to
Is that what it is?
tell
Though it's not
you-
on our floor.
Okay,
There are
so that is on
already
the
on
sixth
our
floor where
Yeah.
they're being attacked. The
Yes.
seventh floor is where you are.
Do we hear anything on the?
Oh
seventh
yeah,
floor?
you hear a fuck ton. I told you heard the footsteps earlier. So why wouldn't
on
you hear
our
the explosions?
floor or on the?
I told you on the seventh floor you heard footsteps.
She's asking, is the footsteps
Are
on
the footsteps on the
seventh-
sixth floor or on the seventh
On
floor?
the sixth floor.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Okay, well you were not. That was not clear for me. I apologize.
So yeah, you were at the top of the stairs. As we come up, we're like, go. Nibs says that to you. As we get to the window, do you want to stand there and wait as he leaves?
Yes, I want to make sure the package gets out first.
Okay. Package your Nibs is
I
gonna
am.
just jump on your shoulder,
Okay.
or grab onto you as you fly out, and he's gonna tell Nari quietly in Primordial. It's quite easy. He's just gonna say, "Don't be a hero. We need him. Come." That's all. He's just gonna say that as he goes
Don't
out.
be a hero. We need him. Come.
Don't be a hero. I'm sorry. He's more important.
Oh.
Come.
Okay.
Yeah. Warden, as soon as he's on,
Soft mode comes from the back of the group.
I'm going to just zip, continue flying down towards, down through the trees towards the gate.
Yeah.
that we came
So
from.
the three of you, it's gonna be 20-30 seconds of just floating down to get there.
Does Nari stay?
I'll follow after Nibs.
You'll follow right after Nibs?
Yeah, I just want to
Okay.
make sure you got out.
I am going to, as we go out, cast silent image over the hole in the wall
Okay.
as we go out.
Okay. What do you...
You could also just
What is
pick
the
up
silent
piece
image
and
doing?
put it back- put it right in.
What is this illusion that you're putting behind you?
A wall.
A wall? Okay, so you're
It
putting...
just looks like the
Well,
wall.
it doesn't really matter at that point.
That might slow them down for a second, but they know the facility. So you guys are able to get there. You guys naturally should know dwarves don't have the same movement as other races. They have 25.
Especially
So
like
they're naturally slower and they're wearing heavy plate armor. He's floating while wearing heavy plate armor. So there's a bit of a difference. They are naturally a little bit slower than you guys. So as you guys continue to zip up and get to the window, there's no one in between you and the window. So as you guys go up, you begin floating out. You are the first one to reach the door of the faith. It is still slightly propped open.
Warden is going to.
Nibs is hanging on to you.
Yeah.
He's going to drop down, open it, and say, "Go.
Yeah.
We'll meet you at the safe house."
If Warden gets too far away, the weather will drop. So.
I mean,
We're
it's
still
not like
here.
the, it's not like the weather
Because when you're
instantly
too far
clears
away,
up.
I know.
you're too far away for them to know.
The safe house. The safe house is still.
The
Also,
safe
it's not
house
like you're-
is about like 6 blocks away. Like it is probably still within your mile radius.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Don't drop it. Please leave it. We still need to get out.
Yeah. So Nibs just hops down, opens the door, says, "Go. Meet you at the safe house."
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, Warden unslings the thing on his left shoulder, and it's the small.
Okay.
The rocket launcher, and says, "If you need a distraction," and kind of just
Hands it to Nibs.
hands
Don't
it to
give
them.
Nibs the rocket launcher.
Why have you
it's
given-
because if
Why
the
is it
alarms
because
if the
I'm
alarm sounds and he fires and there's an explosion on the opposite end of the facility, they're not going to rush towards where we're exiting. That's kind of my
Unless
idea.
someone sees the trail from the propulsion system.
in the fog.
It'll clear the fog a little bit as it goes by.
It's just a
Nibs
gaping
will take
tunnel.
it.
But then again,
It's loaded.
It has 1 round in it. I only have 1 round left. I'd have to meet up with my people to get more
Okay.
ammo.
All right.
Sounds like we made it out of there pretty scot-free.
Hey,
So-
don't say shit.
So you
We're not-
guys,
we're not out
you
of the
guys are
buildings
floating
yet.
down. Nibs waiting at the door.
I can't
Nari,
see. I
do
can't
you
see
just-
the tower, right?
No, not from here. Not by any means.
Code red, please.
Nari, do you continue following Warden out, or do you stay with Nibs?
I'll stay with Nibs.
You'll stay with Nibs. So Warden begins. How do you just start
No.
walking into the street out towards the?
Well, I'm still
Well, we
invisible.
open the door.
flying, correct? Unless that
Yeah.
dispels as soon as I enter that little gate.
No, it does not.
Nibs is gonna stand there for a second, give it about a 6 count, and then look at you and go.
Looking
Aren't
at
we
empty
invisible?
space.
Well,
I was
it's
gonna say,
like no. When he doesn't hear any footsteps or anything, he's just gonna give it a quick 6 count and go. Is the rocket launcher invisible now that he handed it to me?
I,
It
I
was
personally
on
would
my
say no
person.
because it is large.
It's just,
You
is
could
it
rest
floating?
it on
I
the
would say
wall.
it is about as large as you are. So when it's on someone much larger, it melds into their equipment. This is the size of you. It's not
It's
really
like,
equipment.
I'm gonna look at it and go. Alright, would you mind carrying this?
Yeah, got you. Sure.
Does it disappear when she grabs it?
As she grabs it and holds her closer to her body, yeah, it does begin to
She
disappear.
goes, I'm gonna, it's like coming up, I'm gonna crawl up onto your shoulder, and it's like, let's stroll back. He says, take it slow, but let's just start walking back. We don't want him to get too far ahead just in case there's guards.
Yeah.
So both of you begin slowly making your way out into the street, following the path you would take.
Can we
Yeah.
hear the other people behind us?
I mean, they're 45
They're floating.
seconds.
They're 20 seconds behind.
Okay.
So they're floating as you guys are leaving.
Okay.
Warden is going to go diagonally upward.
Okay, he's gonna fly up.
Because I want to, because I'm invisible still, but I want to break the fog and see the movement on top of the walls.
You're gonna break the fog on the walls.
No, like
He's gonna fly
I'm
out.
going to fly out of the fog.
But
There
the
is still
visibility is only
fog
20 feet.
below
That's
you. There is
the-
still fog in between you and the walls.
No, the top view, because the you said the fog came up just past the.
So think of it like
cusp of
this.
the tall
This is a
walls.
1 mile by 1 mile by 1 mile box. Everything inside that box is foggy as fuck.
Just
It's a mile. They can't see.
okay, so that means like.
If you float up, you're still in fog. You continue floating up, you are still in fog.
Okay, so then I misinterpreted it
Yeah.
from a couple sessions ago. I thought you said the fog was on the ground floor up to about
Well,
where the top of the wall is.
It's not all the way. It's not like a mile high. I apologize. I probably described that poorly. It is up to like the top of the levels of the
The
mansion
towers.
itself.
Which is like the 8.
I was just trying to see if I could see the troop movement on the top of the walls around the entire facility.
You would not be able to see that.
Okay. Not the glow of torches?
No.
Okay.
You made the fog extra thick for a reason.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
sounds good.
yeah, you've got the cargo.
I'm still going
you
to.
have to
I'm
get
still
the
going
cargo
to go
there, or
diagonally up
Yeah.
so I can fly across buildings and
Yeah.
make a beeline directly towards the safe house.
Okay. So beelining to the safe house. You guys, are you guys on foot?
I'm on Nari.
On
Where-
foot
where
with
you-
Nari. Both of you got all three
Can
of
we
you
float
guys.
away? I mean,
Yeah,
we're still
yeah, we
flying.
can-
Let's
yeah.
just float. Yeah.
Okay, floating. You guys float down, exit the gate of faith.
Did Octavia get any attention, or did they just ignore her?
A couple people went there, but the vast majority followed the people that they saw.
What did they do when they saw her?
They were out in a hallway. Can you naturally perceive through her eyes, or do you have to take an action to perceive through her eyes?
Well, I have to take an action. I'm not trying to see through her. I would know if she got nuked.
Oh yeah,
out.
she got fucking nuked.
Okay.
She got fucking wrecked.
Okay.
She went poof with black feathers going all
Because it's
out.
one of those things where I would just feel that connection
Yeah.
fade.
That's
kind of thing.
depressing.
Be like,
She'll be back.
rip.
Yeah, no,
I
she goes
just keep on going.
Rip.
ripperoony.
F's in the chat for our fallen
Brother just
familiar.
holds up his camera. His POV camera. Rip in the chat for Octavia. All right, guys, let's go commit atrocities that would break the Geneva Convention.
Anyways, so I'm gonna Rocky-talkie just everyone safe. Whoever's last, close the door.
You three would be the last.
Manners.
Atan would,
Last.
And
Atan
you
would be
have-
the last.
You have the Rocky-talkie, so you hear that.
I'm the strong. At that current moment, I am the strongest
So
out of the way.
you
so.
pull the door and you shut it, and then you remember, yeah, there was a magical 30-second long magical incantation to fully shut the door, and it just continues to not close.
Oh.
Not like we can do anything about that.
Is there? No, there's no point. Trying to
I begin speaking Celestial at it.
I
This is
can
just-
like to
speak
have
primordial
special
to it, like,
Go.
hey, can you
Fly
actually-
away.
I know.
Is there if you guys go, if they
I
leave
think I
now,
know.
are they gonna? Do we need to roll anything to get to the safe house?
I drop my first silent image and I put it back up over this door.
Okay,
As locked with the
That's
measure.
locked.
okay. That might actually do some work. So as you guys continue, I would say I'm not going to require any rolls to get to the safe house. That's not as much of an issue. So as you guys all kind of conglomerate, Warden getting there first with Nari and Nib slightly behind the rest of you guys, another minute or so behind.
With me getting there, since I will now be indoors for a prolonged period of time, the concentration more than likely drops, but the fog will now naturally dissipate.
Slowly
And
dissipate.
the clouds that were raining will slowly move away.
So as you guys all step in and begin to settle in, you guys have a blabbering fool. Now this house is soundproofed. The walls are magic. No sound will get outside the house.
As soon as you take him off, untie him, put him down, we're gonna strip search him, look for take everything off, and
Okay.
then we need to go through, look for any magical sigils, anything he has on his body.
I'm going to
Tattoos.
assume there's no way any of us can cast an anti-magic zone.
You're going. Listen,
I could. I don't have it prepared, and I also don't have the spell slot. I don't think.
you've got restoration though.
You've already used your 8th level spell slot, so
Yeah, I was gonna say we like if we really wanted to like like future-proof this or like make them really secure, we might want to wait for that. Would it be worth it?
We'd have to wait until the
He's
next morning.
feeble-minded.
No.
He can't.
Well, actually,
we're going to need to unfeeble-mind him to actually get information, and if he's unfeeble-minded, he can cast spells.
We're not the ones that need to interrogate him.
how long do I need for a long rest?
They want us to interrogate him, right?
Oh,
well,
Well, we're
they
going to
proposed it
yeah.
that you guys are probably just as good as anyone that they had. Knowing specifically Mike, Nibs, and Robin. So the original mission was to either do the interrogation there or take him to the safe house and do it. But you guys totally could take him back to any of the facilities and have.
counterpoint. Simply murder him.
Isn't that
We
besides the
need
point?
we get the
need
information.
the info.
Oh yeah, I thought that was the
once
idea.
we
That's the idea, but we need the information
Yeah.
first. That's the
Jeez.
that's
Yeah,
the
time
point.
out. Hello.
There's no way we're just dropping this guy off. We are murdering him. But
Unless
Bam,
we
it's
need him.
personal.
do you disagree?
Unless we need him.
No, I'm just
Let's
saying.
just take
you
him
seem
back
very
to
adamant
the
about
facility.
you,
Let's
like
just
us killing him,
You
not just like
want
any old
full
buddy.
decision.
You got
You asked.
Did
It would
The
be 6
consortium
hours
say
for a long rest for
anything?
me.
about killing him after, or just say
Yes,
keep
we
him
want
alive?
to
Yeah, we
kill
want
this.
to kill
We
Yes.
want him. We want him to be suffer and be punished, and it will be very brutal. However, I don't know if now is the time. We might need to ask follow-up questions.
I was
Here's the
gonna say-
thing: you guys were given free and open reign. Interrogate him, fucking kill him if you want. Give him to us. We don't care. Just get the information.
We just need the information.
They don't care if it's
first.
quick. They don't care if it's slow. They just want him dead once the information has been
And
gotten.
of course, the people that need to ask him the questions can get the information from.
So-
I'm not gonna help with this, so I'm just gonna guard.
So we have him essentially tied up to a chair in a basement, correct?
I would
Okay,
assume so.
before we cast a greater restoration,
More than tied, but yeah, he's pretty
what do I
hard.
need?
yeah, we need
doable.
to make sure he is A, blindfolded, and B, he cannot do anything with his hands, because that would leave only verbal spells for him to cast or to be a spellcaster.
So why haven't
Which
we
he has
broken his
silent
hands
cast.
yet?
Because we were going to use that just.
Because we were discussing other things.
Let's break his fingers or something if we're
Well,
worried about
his,
that.
His
Jeez.
hands are tied.
His hands are tied, somatic components are gone. Right now, he has a wrap in his mouth. Verbal components are
He's
gone.
also
And he
feeble-minded.
can't do material if he doesn't have those two. And plus, he's feeble-minded right now.
Yeah,
We-
let's
so-
say, let's
Warden
also
has
get him
completely-
blindfolded.
Warden
because
completely
a lot of
searches
things
him.
require line of sight.
Okay. You guys find an extensive amount of like rings. He has an amulet. He does have some tattoos. None of them seem to be magical or gain any benefits in that
Nibs,
regard.
Nibs is going to cut them off.
The tattoos.
And I was gonna say I
Yeah.
was gonna do that.
Fuck.
While he's
Okay.
Why
feeble-minded.
not just burn
As
him
you
off?
as you cut him off, I'm going to heal him behind enough so he doesn't bleed out.
Okay.
Like, may I ask
Just use a
why?
hot knife and cauterize it.
I don't want him to bleed out. I want him to. Okay, so usually you don't start cutting parts of their bodies off until after they can talk. But he's a spellcaster.
But
So does anyone have things where you get in people's minds?
I mean, I can detect
Yes.
thoughts.
Both of them
I
have
can
detect
detect
thoughts.
thoughts and
I have Zone of
one other
Truth,
thing.
Yeah. So
as well as a couple other things.
yeah.
but-
So
I also have mind spike.
are we
That's
going? Okay, real quick. Are we going to do the interrogation, or do we want to go to the really powerful
There.
wizards and people who can counter his magic
Well,
and do the?
I think we can probably do it pretty well ourselves.
Okay, if that's the conclusion,
His hands are tied. He's completely stripped of all material components.
Make sure
I
he is-
will
make sure he is
denote for you
blindfolded.
guys. He is an inventor. You guys have not heard anything about him being a super archmage
Spellcaster.
or anything
Yeah,
like that.
he's
Now,
I'm not taking chances.
you guys would assume like he's probably at least an artificer. He has some magical capabilities.
okay.
But you guys have not heard anything of him being like an archmage with 9th level wish and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Concentration.
Plus,
Okay.
he's
You guys have
stripped
not
of
heard about
everything.
him like at all, actually.
Yeah.
So
We're just gonna
Does
say
he-
that Warden takes out his forging torch, torches his dagger, so you can just cauterize the tattoos off.
I
so that
still
way you
don't
don't
know
worry
why
about
you're
it,
cutting those off.
let Jack speak.
in case they are magical.
Is there
Or-
any way I can look at his teeth?
His teeth?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure, go ahead.
Investigation.
I want to see if he has any type of cyanide or anything like that.
Okay,
If
go
he
ahead.
wants to try and do that.
Fake tooth.
Isn't that a
No,
medicine?
fake. Cyanide?
What What was it?
Checking if a tooth is irregular, that's medicine.
No, no.
What'd you say?
What was the?
To see, well,
What was the check?
it could be,
I would say it's either like a medicine or investigation. You could do either. Both are in.
Warden
roll.
strip searching him. Once he tells me what he's doing, can I assist?
That's what?
Yeah.
A 14.
You could roll as well, yeah.
I'm assisting.
14.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20. So there does appear to be at least one false tooth in there that you kind of go in and rip out. It
Warden
doesn't
more
seem.
surgically removes it. But
It doesn't seem to have cyanide in it or anything like that, but it does seem to be a little bit more fragile than a regular tooth.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure.
All right.
Making sure he doesn't off himself.
So, as we guys are going through all this,
Poor guy,
Nibs
we
is
haven't
gonna
even started yet. and
yeah,
we're already-
Nibs is gonna walk.
Brother's
Start
mutilated.
pulling off his
Nibs is gonna walk
tattoos,
around a couple
taking
times.
his teeth out.
And as he's walking,
What
he's
Who's my
he's
implant?
kind of just like doing this breathing thing, and then
It's probably
walks
like
to a
going right
corner.
in front.
And when he comes back, this is not a face of this. This is a different Nibs than you've seen before. In his mannerisms, the way he carries himself, and go ahead and do your thing, and then you guys. say-
Sorry, the last thing
I'm
is.
staring at him.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
I already started the clock.
There's been there's a little bit of time's gone by. While I'm stripping him of everything, and he had me remove that tooth, just in case. I'll run analysis, kind of feeling over his whole body, making sure he doesn't have anything underneath his skin or say inside.
Go ahead
of
and
him.
roll a medicine check.
Don't want anything
So,
like anally
while
inside of
the-
me either. You know, I'm stripping him. Like,
While
there's
the
nothing
research
on the
is going to go on.
I think y'all are being too.
Warden taking the little
fast.
pincer in. The design is very human.
But I'm making sure that nothing, like feeling around and
as
looking,
soon
peering
as
around, like
they're
making
done.
sure nothing is.
I will
out of
stick two
place.
fingers up his
Yeah.
butthole just in
What's
case.
your
Like,
intimidation?
what the fuck?
Plus
Well,
11.
I'll feel around. Like I
You
got four
plus
hands to
11,
feel.
okay?
I'm making sure nothing's out of place. Warden isn't turned on by anything. He's just.
Warden, the
Are we-
asexual robot, feeling up this blonde
intimidating
dwarf.
presence.
He likes
You want to
minors
try
though.
What is the?
That
Oh,
was
there's a
20.
third testicle. That's not normal. Fucking rip.
That was a 22.
God
I mean,
There does not appear to be
that
anything
might help, might not.
unnormal
He's
on
cold.
the
It's
Warden
DC
axis.
So running
That is
analysis, he's
kind of
completely
wisdom.
clean.
He does
That
look
is
clean.
kind of low.
Is this guy starting to struggle at all from the
He's
pain?
feeble-minded.
Oh, he's feeble-minded. He's stupid as fuck. He just knows, ow, ow, ow. He's like screaming, moaning, groaning.
Yeah.
These
like
guys are
huge
really
shit.
nice.
Okay, so as Nips comes walking back over, he, like I said, he's carrying himself different. Everything about him seems different, and he's gonna kind of look up and he's gonna say without the accent, "Okay, so this is what we're going to do."
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna go. Who amongst you has the ability to get in someone's mind, read their thoughts?
We could both do it at the same time.
I don't have it.
So in case one of us rolls bad. the other-
Okay.
the other
He
half.
won't be rolling good.
Damn,
He
you
goes,
got
he's
this.
go, I'm gonna look
Oh.
at Nari and go, Nari, why don't you get in his mind, monitor everything he does, because he's
Oh,
probably
wow,
not.
he's
He
feeble-minded.
goes, he's not going to want to answer, but that doesn't mean his mind won't go to the thoughts. Most folks don't have a strong enough mind. If you ask them something, their mind will give it away regardless. I'm gonna look at you and go, you're going to be the good cop. He goes, so intimidate the shit out of him. He goes, here's the deal. I'm not going to ask him anything. I'm just going to hurt him. And I'm going to hurt him before we ask him anything. You will heal him. He says, back up to things. And after I'm done hurting him long enough, then you can ask the first question. He goes, if we need anything specifically cut off or destroyed, you can do that. I'm going to look at you.
I am a
And,
cleric. I could surgically remove any part
What
of
was
his
the
body.
thing you
A
had?
frightening presence.
You're a cleric,
It's a
not a
DC
doctor.
14.
Not
And-
surgical.
okay.
Not quite the same thing.
and
one.
Either way, I can still try to.
Also, anytime that
Pulls
I
out
would
a
cause
gun.
damage,
I said
Hold on.
surgically.
So, who has Bane? Who's not casting or Bless?
Like I say, he also has Zone of Truth,
I
which
have
is
Zone
probably
of
more
Truth.
important.
But
I have Zone of Truth as well.
okay.
I say, so if you aren't casting anything, you cast Zone of Truth. I'm going to assume you have Bane and or Bless.
No, prepared.
You guys,
You
it
have
is
zone of
middle
truth.
of the evening.
You have
He's
zone of
stupid as
truth.
shit in a basement where the kids can't be hurt. You
Right.
can just take a long rest
We could.
Wait,
and re-prepare some spells.
Yes.
I thought we were on time limit.
we are. Because
You
they
are,
know
but
it's
you
not.
are a couple. You're 7 days from that time limit.
Still, we can start. I will. Like I said, is Zone of Truth more valuable than getting in his mind? Because we'll be accessing his mind as we ask the
Zone of
question.
Both.
Truth
Is,
Both
yeah,
is
is there any,
good.
is there any
Both
reason
is
you
good.
can't do both?
Yeah,
Both is
you
okay.
can do both.
Zone
You
of
absolutely
Truth,
can.
You
I
can't just
Zone of
not
Truth
answer.
concentration.
It's not.
That's
like
why
I
we're
can
having
read
it.
it.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
also, any surgical damage that I cause, and mine would be pretty surgical because I'm a cleric. Well, medicine. Anyways.
You will heal him.
No. Well, I also can frightening presence-ish stuff.
You guys both have frightening presence.
What's your
Uh,
DC on it?
I can't remember.
Because mine's a DC 14.
I
I'm
have a higher
going
wisdom.
to
So-
just repeatedly give him a business card and
17.
invite him to go to the magic shop in the worst voice I can possibly do.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay, so
So we're
Alright.
talking.
You're-
Starting with
okay,
psychological.
you're in this-
Before you can even
okay,
understand.
so
anything. Got it.
once we get set, he's still gagged. I'm gonna look at Warden and say it's time to remove the feeble mind.
Oh, by the way, to answer your question, for me, it's a contested check. My intimidation versus their wisdom save, but my intimidation would be an expertise roll. I take damage, but.
I
Anyways.
will also say we are finishing this, but before we start the interrogation, we are going to end this session. It is 8:07 right now.
Okay, anyways,
so it
we-
is
we
too
got
late for us
everything
to do a
prepped.
20-minute investigation or interrogation.
We got everything
So-
prepped. Everything's ready to
So
go.
enhanced ability or Bane or Blessing. Bane him is -4. Blessing is +3 to everyone else's checks, or we can roll with advantage for one person.
So
all of those are concentration.
here's what I will denote. 90% of what you'll be doing, trying to get into his mind, forcing him to tell the truth, will all be saving throws on his part. There will be very little rolling other than intimidation rolls on your end. So it would likely be
Bane
far more
is
valuable
probably better.
to have Bane
Yeah,
on him
Bane would be.
and negate his rolls.
Bane and command.
Do you want me to?
You have Bane, Command, and Zone of Truth.
I'm trying to think
And
if there's
rogue
any
trick.
one
You
word command.
typically
that
have
we-
me
Bane,
roll.
command,
Oh,
rogue trick. That's a crazy night, man.
Answer.
So
Yes.
you typically have me roll.
Yeah, because combine that with Zone of Truth, he has to answer truthfully.
To
Yes.
re-prepare a spell I haven't used yet since last long rest.
I would not let it this late. You would have to.
This is the
Prepare.
first round. Like I said, we're just gonna hurt him for a while, and then
Okay.
let him think on it, heal him up, let him know how.
Are you going? I'm assuming you're gonna heal him, get him out of the feeble mind before
Yes.
hurting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I will.
So that he,
Yeah.
so he knows. Yeah, I want to
Okay.
do some punishment.
So with that, your anti-Geneva Convention plans have been made. We will go ahead and reconvene. We will reconvene next Tuesday. Hopefully, we'll get this interrogation down and begin planning for a final assault. As long as you guys can coax the information out of him.
Oh, we will get the answers, even if we
Whether
have to
he
get him
likes it
from
or
his dead body.
All of y'all will be hostile and considered with Speak with Dead.
Command and Zone of Truth.
Yes.
It all depends on his rolls, which will be rolled out in front. There will be a lot of saving throws on his part. He does have solid wisdom, intelligence, and charisma.
So,
So-
guys, question. I'll go at. It doesn't matter whether I ask this in character or out of character. What would be a good item to threaten to transform him into using true polymorph? Because I was thinking a chamber pot.
A chamber bomb.
Yes.
To shit on him for the rest of eternity, literally.
He might have a king for that.
I highly.
Honestly, actually, like having some sort of like water just slowly dripping on him.
I'm gonna do that,
That
with
would-
acid.
Actually, I mean, yeah,
Just
yeah.
Come.
It's more than just pain.
At this
though.
point,
at a
let's
certain
just
point,
water
people can
boil
be
the
knocked
It's
out,
dogs
but
come, it's
irritants.
acid as
Look,
well.
at this
Irritants.
point, let's just waterboard the fucker.
I mean,
Why
we're
don't we
gonna
just come?
I mean,
Okay,
I
I'm
could
talking about
always,
psychological
we could
torture,
always
not
wait
just,
till
like,
I could
torture.
re-prepare. If I re-prepare my stuff, I can just control water, and anytime he tries to gag the water out, it just doesn't move past his mouth.
Oh,
That's fucked up.
that's
So-
really
That's
so-
really fucked.
Yeah,
so
that's
like he
like
can breathe
breathe
through his
drowning,
he can
drown.
breathe
I
through
think I
his
have to
mouth.
control water
He
too.
can breathe through his nose, but like the water keeps trying to inch towards his throat, and he keeps trying to gag and just keeps.
Jesus
Right.
That's-
So like I said,
That's a permanent
the-
fight or flight
so the
right
first
there.
the first round is just going to be to hurt him.
Yeah.
we're gonna hurt him. And
Not even a single word.
We're just gonna
I
hurt
will
him for a while.
prepare every
And then we're
single
going to
like
heal
utility
him up
spell I
enough.
have.
I was gonna
And we're
say.
going to hurt him again.
So here, if you guys are just hurting him, we can hurt him a little bit, and we can pick up in the morning once spells are prepared, and we can do like the actual interrogation. Because we are starting to get on a time crunch, and I would rather not spend 30 minutes on how you hurt the guy, but rather how you get the information. So
Yep.
if that is fine with you guys, we will start in the morning. You guys can have some descriptors, how many fingers you took, how many burns you made, stuff like that. But you would have casted your Greater Restoration on him. Actually, you probably would have cast Heal, because Heal doesn't take material components. Greater Restoration does. And Heal
I
does
used
clean
my
it.
6th level spell slot.
But you have a 7th.
This is true.
Um,
Have we really done that much damage to him?
no,
No,
but
you
to
need to remove
clear
Oh,
your
clear
feeble.
the- yeah.
Clear the... Okay.
Because Heal clears feeble mind.
It does?
What
Yes,
are you
it
guys
does.
doing to him?
Heal, Greater Restoration, and something
I have a
else.
Greater
You're
Restoration
staring.
slot.
Heal, Greater Restoration, Wish, but Greater Restoration takes
Takes-
material components. Heal
It takes a large diamond that costs money. Would you rather freely heal him, or cost money to heal him?
Oh,
He
fine.
doesn't deserve
I mean,
it.
we're just harming him and then going until next
We're
round,
just
so-
gonna.
Yeah.
We're going to
So you
start emotional torture.
So you guys hurt, start emotional, probably place a drip for over the night, and then probably one or two people stay up on a watch to make sure he doesn't do anything.
I'll
to
watch.
you. But
Well-
y'all have a mouth guard. You guys have him blinded, tied up. He can't move.
I'm gonna
So
put his feet in the
all I
bath of
wanted to
acid.
do was this little.
In a bath of
Okay.
acid.
Well, before,
Will his feet still be there in the morning?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Okay.
Oh, man,
Before
that
we
gives her my
start,
idea. I was gonna try
when
giving
he
him
can
the
see us and
Thermian.
hear us, either
But
you.
let's not do something
either
that
you-
might kill him while we sleep.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Okay.
either you or me.
It's
Actually, I might say
Closer
something
to killing him
Ever
than
again?
leaving
He,
him
So
he
I
could
want-
okay, we have to think about
Okay,
like
real quick.
him really doing everything. He could pass out or die just from like the shock of all the things
Not
happening.
with people.
Heal.
Not with people.
As long as someone is staying awake to feed him a health potion or something every once in a while.
So before
let's
we
make sure.
start, as
But he has
Nibs
to
is
sleep
gonna
in
crawl
regular
up stand on his legs while he's tied to the chair, and as you unfeeble mind him,
I do.
are you going?
Regenerate.
However you do to break it.
prepared. Hold on, I do have regenerate prepared. So for 2 minutes we can cut off whatever we want and it'll grow back.
Okay.
Let's do that tomorrow. Let's do that next
Yeah,
session.
Let's
So-
do the next one.
So
I'll just not hit
as
the
soon as he
acid
breaks,
overnight.
as soon as he comes to, he can't talk. Nibs is gonna kind of just like bring his face to him and have him look at him for a second, and he's gonna look at him and go, "Okay, this is the only time you're gonna ever hear me say something. Because you, sir, have caused so much pain and suffering to all those people you put collars on. So, this is how things are going to play out. I'm going to hurt you. We want to know something, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to hurt you over and over and over again until you wish for death. And every time you start to die, we will bring you back so we can start over again. So, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to remove every one of your fingers 1 inch at a time. And it's like, and I'm not going to ask you a damn thing. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to start on your toes. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to start on your legs. And I'm going to start working up. And when I'm done with your left leg, that's when we'll ask you the first question. And if you don't give us the answers you want, I get to start over. And I'm going to lean in and kiss him on the forehead.
Okay.
And then we're going to blindfold him.
Okay. So
And
you
then-
blindfold him, then you start hurting him.
So, what's the intimidator? So,
1 inch.
So
at a
as
time.
you're going through this monologue, he is locked eyes with you as you take the blindfold off. And you definitely sense notes of fear in his eyes. But there is also almost a sense of resolve. At least to start. So we're going to see how that plays
I'm
out.
going to hit him with
To
command
start.
and say,
Paekar, after he hears cutting off
Okay.
everything one by one.
That is a 21 to save.
Okay.
Realizing
Bang.
15 was 15.
Oh wait, they're both concentration.
They are both constant. Command's not. Command's a one turn.
So, okay, yep, that's pass on his bane. Okay, so,
That's crazy.
alright, and then, like I said, I'm not going to say anything again.
So you're
I
going
will-
to stay
I
up for a
am-
couple hours.
I have
Yeah.
plus 11.
And every time I finish cutting it off, cutting off the part when you're going to sear the blade shut,
Okay.
give him just enough healing. And I'm just going to torture him for the next few hours. And then when I say we get to the feet, that's when we stop and we're going to let him put his feet in the acid.
Yeah. He wasn't going to do that overnight, but he was at least going to do it for some time.
Yeah.
So, hurting in the morning, we
can
will
just
come to.
For one, if anything does get too close to actually killing him, Warden has one hand that's just constantly sparing the dying.
Yeah.
Right.
So he can't physically die.
So you
but
guys are fucking him up physically.
I'll know when he drops well beyond the breaking point where I need to do something. But
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and end the session
Intimidation
there.
roll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will actually have you start with give me an intimidation with advantage.
I was gonna say, please give it, man. This makes no
here's a
sense
couple
if it
die.
doesn't.
bro, I can drop ball
All of
bearings
those-
on
I
him.
didn't. I thought you put your die up
I
already.
can place ball bearings that increment points on him, and then just heat metal.
That's a nat 20 plus
Intimidation.
That is
One. Nat 20 though.
So a nat 20 is very apropos for the little monologue you just gave him. I will be
That
very
was
fair.
so beautiful.
Beautiful. Fucked up.
Hey,
This-
a good speech is a good speech, alright?
Hey, Hitler was a great orator, guys.
Oh yeah, he was.
There was a reason why he was able to get everyone's side on him in Germany, at least.
Well, he actually had a pretty good following here until he went nuts.
Yeah,
Cleared
that
the
is
door.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so regardless, we'll pick this back up next week. We will start with the more mental side
Long
of the
rest?
interrogation. What?
Just everything we did, and then just long rest.
We're gonna long rest so that you can prepare spells and other people can, for the few that do. I think it's just you that prepare spells. Regardless,
I mean,
I
I'm just gonna be like,
Yeah.
intimidated.
Funny thing is
I'm just gonna try.
I
and
can just
intimidate him.
sentries rest
I'm
like
just
right
gonna
in
do
front of
JoJo
him.
poses
Yeah, you can.
until he looks frightened at me.
So,
if he
Jo-
does-
JoJo poses together. It's the torture scene for part 5.
I'm
okay.
not seeing you.
So I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording
Thomas,
here.
you bastard.
Hope you guys had a good